Welcome to your coverage of Missoula's sports heroes. You're tuned in to the Missoula Prep Sports Network live stream of local sports.
Ladies and gentlemen, gentlemen.
This presentation of Missoula Sports is proudly powered by Fuel Fitness, the only gym from Montana for Montana.
Check it out.
MPSN is your leader in Missoula's prep sports.
Woo!
We now take you to the action on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Everybody hustles out there, okay, guys? Nobody quits.
Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton for the Missoula Prep Sports Network as we go to the final game of Day 2, Game 8. The Kalispell Lakers hosting the Billings Royals, and I've got a special treat on this game as I have the voice of Flathead High School sports, Anthony Knockreiner, with me. He's on the Knock On Sports Show. You can catch him 6 to 8 Monday through Friday. Anthony, thanks for joining me today.
Chris, always a pleasure, especially when you invite me on. Really appreciate you doing that. We had a ton of fun when you were up here for the first conference game between the Lakers and the Mavs, and now 2 months later, the state tournament. Everybody here in Kalispell's really enjoyed it. Great turnout last night from what I saw in the pictures. So the state tournament here in Kalispell, living up to the billing, I think.
Exactly, and it's been a good day. You were here for the end of that Scarlets game just before this one, and the Billings Scarlets running away from the Great Falls Chargers. The 10-run rule taking effect in the fifth.
Well, Chris, I mean, that's just a microcosm of what we've seen throughout this tournament, how crazy this thing's already been. I mean, you see what Great Falls did yesterday, and then you kind of think, okay, Great Falls and the Scarlets, that'll be a good one. But then, you know, just the wheels kind of fell off there, unfortunately, for Great Falls. And the Scarlets now, I mean, if you look, you know, talking to some people in the stands today, you know, people like the Scarlets as a possible favorite right now, the way they're playing baseball.
You know, it's always kind of that way. There's a little push and shove with the Royals and the Scarlets, and depends on who you talk to. Some say that Royals are the cream of the crop of Billings. Some say the Scarlets are the cream of the crop of Billings, but both teams playing phenomenal baseball right now, and we're going to have a good one with the Royals taking on the Lakers here as they announce the starting lineups. So we're going to go ahead and take care of the starting lineups after the break, but just excited to have Anthony on here. Now, Anthony, you are getting ready for the high school sports season, as I am, and a lot of exciting stuff coming up, but you have a big week this week with your show.
I do. It's going to be an exciting week. We're going to be previewing a lot of high school football teams here in the Flathead Valley because, let's face it, Chris, this upcoming week will be the last week without high school football in some form or capacity. So practices will start the week after, and I know the coaches are busy, the kids are busy, obviously getting ready for two-a-days and training camp and all those good things. So we're going to be having the coaches on. They're going to be joining me. It's going to be the Flathead Valley kickoff, or football kickoff special, which is what we're going to call it. We did it last year. It was a ton of fun. We're going to do it again this year. We're going to look at all 5 area football teams that are here in the Flathead Valley, and I'm looking forward to speaking to all the coaches. Already looking forward to talking to Kyle Sampson as he gets ready for his season, and I think this season's going to be a little bit extra special for him with the recent passing of his grandfather, Bob Petrino Sr., and I think there's going to be a lot of things there.
All righty, we're going to go ahead and step aside as we have the national anthem prepared, as we will honor those that have fallen, those that have served, and those that continue to serve, so that we can come out and enjoy a baseball game on a Sunday night. We'll step aside. When we come back, we'll have starting lineups and first pitch right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Get Montana strong at Fuel Fitness and Nutrition. Montana owned and Montana proud. Your $29 a month Montana Mega Gym. Fuel has premier facilities with the latest equipment, nutrition superstores, high energy classes, refreshing smoothie bars, attentive childcare, expert trainers, and we never close. Best of all, you have access to 6 locations statewide for just $29 a month. That's less than $1 a day. Get Montana strong at Fuel Fitness and Nutrition. Go to clubfuelfitness.com right now to find a Montana location near you.
Attention all Legion baseball fans. The Missoula Prep Sports Network will be the exclusive video streaming provider for the Montana, Alberta AA and A Legion tournaments July 18th through August 1st. If you know of a local business in your community that would like to support the coverage of the games, please send us an email and we'll get in touch with you. Join us live from Kalispell, Montana and Miles City, Montana, July 28th through August 1st for state championship drama. MPSN. Legion baseball fans home for the 2018 Montana, Alberta state tournaments.
Stitches of Missoula is your resource for embroidery and screen printing.
Give Stitches a call today at 406-529-2632 to speak with their super friendly staff and have them take care of your embroidery needs. From business logos to team jerseys, Stitches Embroidery can help you and your team look good. Check them out online at stitchesmontana.com to see their full line of silkscreen and embroidery options. Stitches is a proud sponsor of Prep Sports on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Mike's Print and Copy is your locally owned print shop. Whether it's
We come back to Griffin Field. Chris Stratton, joined by Anthony Knockenreiner of Flathead Baseball. He's actually AM 600 KGEZ, and we're going to go ahead. Usually I bring the Code of Sportsman in so that you can hear that, but, well, we've got Anthony on, and we're going to go ahead and jump into our starting lineups as they've already been announced. Looking at the Billings Royals as the Scarlets make their way in, Brooks Zimmer, number 19, the center fielder, will lead off. Batting second will be Jaden Kay, number 4. He'll hold down second. The wall behind the plate, number 11, Jarrett Linewand, will bat third. Number 20, Dawson Smith, will hold down first. He'll bat fourth. Batting fifth will be number 17, Sam Evenson, the designated hitter. Daniel Blanchard, number 23, will hold down third. In left field, it is number 2, Cade Torgerson. He'll bat seventh. Batting eighth is Atticus Bryan. He'll hang out in right field. In the shortstop, number 24, Carson Klumpian. Randy Stoltz for the Kalispell Lakers will lead off. He'll be behind the plate, normally out at the shortstop, but injuries, well, next man up is usually the rule in high school, in sports in general, and that's what Randy Stoltz is doing, filling in where he can. Number 4, Taylor Morton will hang out in left field, bat second. Batting third will be Eric Seaman. He'll be the shortstop. The third baseman, number 22, Dawson Smith, will bat fourth. Batting fifth will be A.J. Jones, the miracle worker, as I call him. Number 1, he'll hold down second base. The right fielder, number 6, Ryan Sims. Number 14, he'll bat sixth. Batting seventh is number 15, Logan Siberud, the designated hitter. Sam Elliott, the man from the game last night, he'll hold down first base, number 8. And Brandon Jordan will be in center field to round it out, number 11. And Anthony, it's a special pleasure to have you on because you do know these Flathead boys. You do cover the Flathead Braves basketball and football, but you're also tuned in to what is going on with the other schools.
Yeah, absolutely. Randy Stoltz, I talked to him a while back on my show. And listen, Randy just loves the game of baseball, but at the same time, he knows he's good at it, and he loves being good at it. He can make a lot of great plays here. And now that he's behind the backstop, I mean, listen, wherever you put Randy Stoltz on the baseball diamond, he's going to be a dangerous factor. You talked about Anthony Jones. Anthony Jones, I found out, he was so successful at football, so good at basketball, but his favorite sport's baseball. And as you've talked about, you've seen him a couple of different times as I've seen him. We can just make so much happen in the midfield. Eric Seaman's kind of the pulse of this team. He's that leader. I talked to him about 2 weeks ago. And Eric Seaman, he's kind of the guy that's going to let things loose. If the team starts to feel a little bit of pressure, Eric's that guy that as a leader, he can either talk to them or just get them to loosen up. And that's going to be a key there. And Drew Scherer, who I talked to back in early July, he's a pitcher that wants to execute. He's a guy that wants to strike you out. And his focus is to make sure that he records outs and gets the job done for the Lakers.
Speaking of pitchers, I did not announce those. Number 25, Tyler Frieders, will throw balls for the Royals, and Drew Scherer for the Lakers. He's on the bump right now, getting ready to go. First batter will be Brooks Zimmer. And you hit the nail on the head with Stoltz. I mean, he's an athlete. I mean, we talk about A.J. Jones and the miracles that he works, but sometimes you need a guy that's just grit and grin, and he's out there. Doesn't matter. He'll fill in, and obviously behind the plate, it takes a special guy to play catcher. And for him to sit back there and have baseballs hucked at him all game when the best spot for him is at shortstop, that's a big, big plus.
He's a versatile player, and he's dangerous from anywhere, and that's the great thing. When I talked to Sam Tudor, his basketball coach, he talked about whatever he's asked, he does for the team, and that's the type of guy you want.
So, sure, with the first pitch of the evening at 7:02, and it will be across the plate for strike one to Brooks Zimmer. So we get settled in here. The Lakers, they would have the big win last night over the Helena Senators, as the second pitch will slide over the – nope, they're going to call that one a ball. So even count on the board at 1 are our officials. Behind the plate, Rick Solberg, Craig Strubble down the first base line, and Mike Krieger on the third base line. This one will be stroked on, picked up by the third baseman. The throw to first off balance, but it is there. Elliott stretching out, and they're going to say the runner will reach. And that will be a hit for the Royals to lead off.
Yeah, just a slight hesitation there from Dawson as he was just trying to make sure he had it there. Tight play there. Probably could have gone either way, but one runner gets on, and right now Drew Scher just needs to take a look at the next batter, next pitch, as Ryan Mullman has said many times.
So we settle in, and Jaden Kay, the second baseman, and here's the first pitch to Kay. It'll be across the plate for strike one, and Scher doing a good job, Anthony, of getting that ball across the plate on the first pitch.
Well, he's got a lower ERA than Sam Elliott, but Sam Elliott has probably more of the strikeouts. So Drew Scher, he's got the stuff that you want as he checks over. But, I mean, listen, Drew Scher is going to be tough. Billings Royals are going to have to be patient.
So top of the first inning, 1 on, no outs, and an 0-1 count to the second baseman in K. Scher with the pitch, and the bunt laid down the third baseline. It's a beauty. Dawson Smith comes up to throw to first. This time it's on target, and they'll have the out. The sac bunt does its job, though, as motion on the bases happens, and Zimmer stands at second.
I think, Chris, you pointed this out on my show, too. You talk about a couple of teams that can move guys over, put the sack bunt down. The Lakers are a team that can do it. I know you mentioned the Royals are a team that love to do it as well. So small ball is going to be a detail tonight that I think is going to come up huge. Which team can execute it better?
All right, so we go to the catcher, Jarrett Linewand. Now, the Royals, they would come back and beat the Lethbridge Elks yesterday in a true walk-off comeback fashion as the first pitch is over the plate for strike one. So Linewand, the catcher, will settle in, and Scher, a little juggle with the baseball while he gets the pitch from Stoltz. Checks the runner, and the pitch on its way. This one's going to be banged out to the shortstop. The pickup, throw to first, and that will be out number 2. You know, I'm a little bit biased when it comes to Sam Elliott. I have fell in love with him with Glacier basketball this year, and that has reached over into the realm of baseball.
Yeah, Sam Elliott, tremendous athlete. Really enjoyed watching him play this season. Can do it all, and he can do it all on the baseball diamond as well. We talked about him as a pitcher, but excellent infielder as well.
So Zimmer now at third, and in the box is number 20, Dawson Smith, the first baseman, and he'll foul the first one down the line for strike one.
So far, what I'm seeing here, Chris, and what I like so far, I mean, granted, you got one guy on here that's at third base, but so far, Drew Scher getting a lot of Royals to kind of bounce into some ground outs, and that's kind of be big here, I think, as Drew Scher continues to find outs for the Lakers here today.
The pitch is thrown, and Smith will commit on the check swing. So 0-2 on the count. Now, the rule on the check swing is if they break their wrists. And the umpire points to Smith. Here's the 0-2, and it's down the first base line, out of play for the right fielder. And the evening game on these tournaments, you always get the teams to come in. We've got the Scarlets closed in right close to us. On the other side of them are the Mavericks. I see that there are some players on the far side, so everybody coming in for the game. And this one will be bounced out to the shortstop. The throw to first, and that will be the side. So the Royals get one on, but the Lakers, with some stout defense, hold them off. We go to the bottom of the first. Scoreless. We'll be back right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Have you checked out the Garden of Eden video of the week at mpsn406.com? Do you have a sweet video of your sports athlete? Did you experience a sports-altering moment or something at a sporting event that wowed the crowd? Go to our homepage at www.mpsn406.com and click on the Contact Us tab at the bottom of the homepage and email us the video. Yours just might go viral. NPSN.com, Missoula's home for Missoula's prep sports heroes.
Get Montana strong at Fuel Fitness and Nutrition. Montana owned and Montana proud. Your $29 a month Montana Mega Gym. Fuel has premier facilities with the latest equipment, nutrition superstores, high energy classes, refreshing smoothie bars, attentive childcare, expert trainers, and we never close. Best of all, you have access to 6 locations statewide for just $29 a month. That's less than $1 a day. Get Montana strong at Fuel Fitness and Nutrition. Go to clubfuelfitness.com right now to find a Montana location near you.
Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton and my good friend Anthony Knockenreiner. I'm going to get that one right, from 600 AM KGEZ. Always have to have the call sign in there. He is the pulse, the voice, and the reasoning behind Kalispell baseball, or Kalispell sports at the high school level.
Yeah, it's been a ton of fun. Like I said, Chris, I enjoy having you on. I enjoy covering Flathead. A lot of great kids in this area, just like there are in every area, where they are in Missoula, whether it's Kalispell, whichever one. But I'll tell you what, I have really enjoyed watching Randy Stoltz, 1, play the game of basketball, and 2, watch him play for the Lakers in that red and white this season.
So Randy Stoltz to lead off, Morton in the on-deck circle, and Seaman to the hole, as we'll have our first look at Tyler Frieders in the tournament. And Frieders did not throw yesterday. And the first pitch will be a ball to Stoltz. You know, Anthony, every community needs to have a guy like you in it that is getting the rest of the community out there to know what's going on with high school sports.
I appreciate that, Chris. I think you do the same thing down in Missoula, and you have such a much larger body and community to work to have and try to follow with you as well. But it's a ton of fun. And I know parents really enjoy it, because I think that's the biggest thing that we enjoy is highlighting these kids and the parents kind of getting to be a part of that.
So 2-0 to the leadoff man. And this one will be cranked on. It's got some leg. It's down the third base line. I can't see down the third base line. It's in the glove, and that will be out number 1. The only folly to the setup here is you can't see down the third base line or the bullpen down the third base line, but the Lakers have been a great host here. They do some good stuff, and the fans are really into it.
Yeah, I was going to say that Randy Stoltz showing off some power there. I think if he had maybe a couple mile-per-hour wind there to take it over the fence, he would have been able to, but pretty close there, but good solid contact from Randy Stoltz.
So that brings us to Taylor Morton, and Frieders will throw this one, and it'll be swung on for strike 1.
Taylor Morton.
Go ahead.
I was going to say Taylor Morton, a strong year, especially at quarterback for the Braves, but then also he's been a real clutch hitter for the Lakers this season. I've read several times in the Daily Interlake and over time that he's had some clutch hits.
And the 0-1 will take us to 1-1 on the ball pitch to Morton. Eric Seaman goes to the on-deck circle. Frieders' pitch is almost like a quarterback's throw the way it comes out. Swung on for strike 2. So 1-2 on the count to the left fielder.
Tad bit surprised at how aggressive Taylor Morton is. I remember when we did the game up here back in June, we saw Taylor Morton be able to be patient, draw some walks there, but so far being aggressive.
He'll let that one ride by, and he'll be rung up for out number 2. First strikeout of the game will come at the expense of Taylor Morton, and we'll see the shortstop Eric Seaman. And here's another great athlete from the Flathead area.
Yeah, Eric Seaman, definitely, he was the point guard. I think one of the best point guards in basketball this past season in AA. But again, this kid is, I'll tell you what, he loves the game Fortnite, very competitive in the game of Fortnite, as I have heard from his teammates. But Eric Seaman, I would say the leader, the captain of this Laker baseball team.
So Seaman will settle in. The first pitch from Frieders. Swung on. This one's going to go into left field. It's got some leg. Back to the fence. It's in the glove. And that is the side. So 1-2-3 for the Lakers. We head to the top of the second, scoreless. We'll be back right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Do you feel stuck to your computer when cheering on your Prep Sports hero when you can't make it to the game? Well, now you don't have to. The Missoula Prep Sports Network has an app for all of Missoula's high school sports fans.
How fantastic is that?
Just search Missoula Prep Sports Network in either the iTunes or Google Play App Store and take the game on the go.
It doesn't get any better than this. This is the future.
Missoula Prep Sports Network knows that life is busy and you don't have time to sit by your computer. Download the app and take the game on the go.
Get Montana strong at Fuel Fitness and Nutrition. Montana owned and Montana proud. Your $29 a month Montana Mega Gym. Fuel has premier facilities with the latest equipment, nutrition superstores, high energy classes, refreshing smoothie bars, attentive childcare, expert trainers, and we never close. Best of all, you have access to 6 locations statewide for just $29 a month. That's less than $1 a day. Get Montana strong at Fuel Fitness and Nutrition. Go to clubfuelfitness.com right now to find a Montana location near you.
Welcome back to Griffin Field. Chris Stratton, Anthony Knockreiner joining me as we have the Billings Royals and the Kalispell Lakers, top of the second inning, scoreless. As we have the middle of the order, the 5, 6, 7 batters, and Sam Evenson, the designated hitter, rubs a little dirt on the hands to get a good grip. And Anthony, something that as Drew Scher is on the bump, something I've noticed this year more than most is the amount of batters that do not wear gloves as we have strike one thrown. Just really surprising to me that a lot of these players don't wear the gloves. They just rub some dirt on it.
I'm not sure why either. I mean, that's kind of an interesting point. It's something I didn't notice until now, like you mentioned, or until you brought it up, because, I'm so used to seeing high school kids with gloves. I mean, it just seems like every sport there's gloves. If there could be a glove for basketball, there'd probably be a glove for basketball. But,
that's right.
It is kind of surprising.
Here's Scher with the 0-2. He'll swing on it. It's going to go into right field and hops in front of the right fielder, and that will put a runner on to lead off for the Royals once again. So back-to-back innings where the Royals put a runner on.
As so far, the Royals able to put some contact on a Drew Scher pitch. And like you said, Drew Scher, not afraid of adversity. He's had to deal with it throughout the last 2 seasons with injuries, found himself now back on the bump. This is the opportunity he wanted, to be back on the bump, pitching in the state tournament at home.
And the first pitch to the third baseman, Daniel Blanchard, will be a ball. Good crowd here at Griffin Field tonight. The 1-0 swung on. This one's going to pop down the first base line. Can the right fielder get there? No, it's going to land up against the fence, and we'll have strike one. So an even count at 1 for the third baseman in Blanchard. Cade Torgerson goes to the on-deck circle for the Royals.
I feel like I've heard that name every time I go to Billings. Torgerson somewhere.
Yeah, Torgerson, that's a Billings name. I'm sure that you've probably found out which ones are the key names in Kalispell.
Oh, yeah.
And the 1-1 by Scher. That one will slide over the plate to get us to strike 2. I'm excited to see how this does turn out tonight. No offense towards Laker fans, and I know being the Mavericks play-by-play guy, I have picked the Royals to take this whole tournament. And that will be ball 2 to even us out.
Well, I mean, Chris, I think you're a smart guy there. I mean, I think every person probably looks at this tournament and goes, okay, Billings, the Royals have been very good. The Scarlets have kind of come on as of late, but either way, it's tough to bet against a Billings Legion baseball team.
Yeah, both of them have good pitchers. The most veteran teams besides Bozeman, and Blanchard will be rung up swinging for the first strikeout for Drew Scher, and we move to Cade Torgerson, the left fielder.
I will say this, Chris. I'll tell you what, man, it's getting kind of tight in here. Fans are definitely packing in for this game. I know we talked about it on my show when I had you on about the highlight that this game was going to bring and the eyes it was going to bring, and so far it's not disappointing.
And Torgerson will swing on the first pitch for strike 1. This is good for the community. It's good for the Lakers to have these tournaments, and the Lakers have done a phenomenal job as hosts, and I know that a lot of them, Tobias, he's very excited about the turnout from last night, and I know that he's probably excited about tonight as we have a low pitch for ball 1.
Yeah, I was talking to him a little bit earlier. I kind of asked him, have any problems, any hitches, and he said, the only hitch that so far it's been is just, obviously a little bit difficult with parking around Griffin Field, but that is what it is. But other than that, the turnout and the feedback, it's been tremendous.
The high pitch takes us to ball 2. Yeah, it's a little tight with the parking here. Glad that I get here before anybody else does. That way I get the select spot. But
smarter than me.
Well, you had a little arrangement yesterday. You had some fun. Here's the pitch on the 2-1, and we'll go to a 3-1 count.
Yeah, Drew Scherer here really going to have to dig deep, but as Malman has preached to me several times, it's always about the next pitch with him. He just kind of takes it for what it is, looks at the next pitch, and just finds the place he wants to put it and needs to put it in Randy Stoltz's mitt.
Here's the 3-1, and that will walk the batters to put runners at. No, they say strike two, so a full count. Myself and the crowd thought Torgerson was going to get the base.
That was a slow strike two.
It was very slow. Our plate umpire, Rick Solberg, noticed yesterday that he had a hesitation in his call. Here's the 3-2, and it's fouled off almost right out of the mitt of Stoltz. Keeps the batter alive at 3-2.
Full count here for sure. I would look for something, a little bit of high heat from him here as he tries to K out Torgerson.
So the 3-2, and this one's going to be cranked off foul. Keeps him alive. Torgerson battling away. Atticus Bryan in the on-deck circle for the Royals. And time is called. Taking some time does the pitcher. And we get ready now with the full count. The pitch. Swung on. This one's going to be into left field in the glove, and that is out number 2.
Great stuff there from Drew Scherer there as he finds a way to get it out. He's been able to do that. I mean, we've seen that in the last inning, Chris, where we saw Scherer get one guy on, where the Royals were able to get one guy on, but then kind of shuts it down after. And so far, that's what we're seeing yet again in inning number 2.
So we go to Atticus Bryan, the right fielder. And the outside pitch will get us to ball 1.
And then, Chris, fans know that obviously Randy Stoltz is playing catcher tonight, but there's not a ton of loss of athleticism at the shortstop position when you put Eric Seaman there. Eric Seaman, a very good athlete, maybe not as good an athlete as Anthony Jones, but still a very good athlete.
This one's going to roll out to the shortstop. The little pitch to A.J. Jones at second, and that's the side. So the Royals will leave another one on. We go to the bottom of the second, where the Lakers will look to see if they can put the first run on the board. Tied at 0. We'll be back right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Mike's Print and Copy is your locally owned print shop. Whether it's custom letterhead or business cards, Mike and his friendly staff understand that your business is important to you and will make sure that your project is handled in a professional and timely manner. Drop into Mike's Print and Copy to have them take care of your printing needs. Stop by 1503 South Russell or give them a call today at 406-728-3363 to have Mike's Print and Copy take care of your printing needs. Mike's Print and Copy is a proud sponsor of high school sports in Missoula and the surrounding community.
Advertising on the web can be intimidating. Where do you start? What is the most effective way to reach the audience you are targeting? Milk Crate Media can help you reach your audience, whether it is social media marketing or creating a unique commercial for streaming or for radio advertising. Milk Crate Media can help you build a new website or rebuild your existing website that will bring users back again and again. Visit www.mcratemedia.com today. Milk Crate Media is a proud sponsor of Prep Sports in Missoula and the surrounding valley.
Welcome back to Griffin Field. Chris Stratton, Anthony Knockreiner with KGEZ 600 AM. You can listen to him Monday through Friday, 6 to 8 on the Knock on Sports Show, where he highlights most of these players.
Yeah, absolutely great to talk to them. And we're going to have you on tomorrow to recap everything that happened over the weekend and get ready for some games too. So, Chris, definitely a feature on my show, which I always appreciate you coming on.
I love coming on, and I appreciate you having me. Dawson Smith now, as we get back to the game, the third baseman settles in for the Lakers. Tyler Frieders with the pitch, and Dawson's going to have this one off the bat. It's going to slice into right field, and that's going to get to the warning track. Smith on the run to second as the throw is made, and Dawson Smith will start the inning off with a double as the Laker fans down the first base line erupt.
Dawson Smith there with some power. Dawson Smith's one of the coolest cats I had a chance to talk to in an interview, just because of the things that he's able to do in the fact of his athleticism. But again, showing the power there. But I'll tell you what, he's got one of the sweetest jumpers I saw during the basketball season.
And that was kind of a sad little end of the basketball season for you guys as well. Don't want to talk about it too much as Dawson Smith comes up, or A.J. Jones, I should say, the Magic Man, settles in. Frieders with the pitch. Showing bunt, the ball will slide by for ball one. And as we talked about, Lakers going right into putting motion on the bases with A.J. Jones, who's an accomplished hitter, looking to lay down the bunt. Here's the 1-0. Bunt showing again, and this one will slide over the plate for strike one.
It's funny, I know Anthony Jones' mom, Patty's listening to the program tonight, and so she's really excited. She's been really happy with Anthony and the way he's played in the year he's had, so I know she's listening tonight with eagerness for a Laker victory.
Well, hello, Mrs. Jones. Glad we're able to bring the game in for you. Here's the 1-1 to A.J. Bunt laid down, and that'll be strike two on the foul ball.
Just didn't get enough of it on that one there. I don't know if Malman goes back to having Anthony lay a bunt down with two strikes, but again, no outs here. Anthony can definitely put the ball in play as well if they want to elect to go that direction.
And Malman, the manager for the Lakers, is also the manager for the Miles City Community College. Kind of cool to have him there. This is going to be laid down to the pitcher. The throw to first, and that'll be the first out of the inning. The sac bunt does its job, though, as the Lakers have the first threat at third.
It's going to be interesting to see which team gets on the board first. The Royals were in this position back in the top of the first inning. Now the Lakers are in it here in the bottom of the second. Which team can really strike first here in this game, as we know that this one's going to be a heavy-hitting contest?
Yeah, I've been looking forward to this one since the bracket came out. I hoped and prayed that this would be the matchup tonight, and I got what I wanted. Here's the pitch by Frieders, and we'll have a strike.
Ryan Sims here makes some great plays in the outfield. He made a couple of good ones when Chrissy came up for the Mavs game in the conference opener. Ryan Sims, a Glacier grad. He enjoys what he wants. He says the play he really wants to make is a catch over the fence.
Oh, that would be awesome to see him walk up the fence. The bunt laid down the first base line. Runner's going to come home. They won't make the throw home. They will to first, and he'll get on. The Lakers with a run to take a 1-0 lead.
Difficult decision
And
there.
Sims stands at first. Yeah, that's a tough one, Anthony. Go ahead.
Well, that was the interesting thing there. It looked like the first baseman, I thought the initial throw would be to home, get the guy out, because that's the easiest throw to make. It's not far. Then turns around, tries to go to first base.
Here's the pitch, and this one's going to be fouled off for strike one. It is Logan Silberud, the designated hitter. And, Anthony, you and I were talking about this before the game about how he's usually on the pitcher's mound.
Yeah, Logan, a very accomplished pitcher, a guy that, like you talked about, you saw Johan Freudenberg in this position last night against the Senators. We see Silberud here. I haven't had a chance to see him really pitch or hit, to be fair, but I'm interested to see what he does. I know his dad's a very accomplished baseball player, so we'll see. I know he spends a lot of time. I've talked to his dad about it, and they are really happy with what he's been able to accomplish this season.
So 0-2 on the count to the designated hitter with one out and a runner at first, and the check swing not committed, and we'll have ball one. The Royal fans not happy with the call. They felt that one was committed. So 1-2 on the count now to Silberud with Sam Elliott in the on-deck circle. These Lakers, just like the Royals, are packed in with some quality talent. The ball will ride by and will be even at 2.
Logan Silberud showing great patience right here, and that's what you're going to have to do, and that's something that the Lakers have done, and I'm glad to see it, especially towards we look at the bottom end of the order.
So 2-2 on the count, pitch on the way, and it's going to be hit out to the second baseman. He'll pick it up on the bounce. The throw to second will not be there. They will get the out for out number 2 on the fielder's choice.
Definitely close there. It wasn't fielded cleanly, but Ryan Sims tried to dive right underneath that one. Nice try there, but still get a guy on board. Doesn't allow for a double play.
Well, and we saw in the last game where the runner to second slid in and they had him out. He was safe. They had him out because it was runner interference for the throw to first.
Oh, wow.
I haven't seen that at the Legion level. I've seen it at the MLB level, but not at the Legion level. So now we go to the first baseman, Sam Elliott. And Elliott will let that one go by for ball one.
Sam Elliott, about 6'7", I'd give it at. About 6'7", 6'8", and just a tall guy, and at the same time, he's got some power behind him. So I'm curious to see, because this will be the first time I've seen him hit.
Here's the 1-0. And Elliott will hit this one off the middle of the back, and it's going to be back for the shortstop. A popper. Shortstop looks for it, calls everybody off. It's in the glove, and that's the side. So the Lakers earn one, leave one, and they lead 1-0. We go to the top of the third inning. Right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Stitches of Missoula is your resource for embroidery and screen printing. Give Stitches a call today at 406-529-2632 to speak with their super friendly staff and have them take care of your embroidery needs. From business logos to team jerseys, Stitches Embroidery can help you and your team look good. Check them out online at stitchesmontana.com to see their full line of silkscreen and embroidery options. Stitches is a proud sponsor of Prep Sports on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Attention all Legion baseball fans. The Missoula Prep Sports Network will be the exclusive video streaming provider for the Montana, Alberta AA and A Legion tournaments July 18th through August 1st. If you know of a local business in your community that would like to support the coverage of the games, please send us an email. Championship drama. MPSN. Legion baseball fans home for the 2018 Montana Alberta State Tournaments.
Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton at Griffin Field, joined by Anthony Knockreiner of KGEZ 600 here in the Flathead area as we get reconnected to the internet. And the first pitch is a strike. So we'll have strike two on the count. Oh, 2 to Carson Klumpian. And Klumpian will golf this one into right field. Right fielder comes up, it's in the glove, and that is out number one.
Ryan Sims once again with the big play there, and Ryan Sims is a very accomplished outfielder. Like what he brings to the defense for this Laker team. If you try and put one out into right field, your place to put it is right at the corner at the foul line, and or in the gap, which is more towards the center fielder, because Ryan Sims pretty much gets under anything he wants.
So that takes us to the top of the order to Brooks Zimmer, and he'll foul one off down the first base line for strike one. So Drew Scher putting on a show here, supported by a great cast on the defensive side.
And that's what you need in these kinds of tournaments, Chris, is because we know we're not probably going to see we know we're not going to see Sam Elliott. And Drew Scher, we might see him, depends on how things go tonight, but you need good defense behind your pitchers.
Scher now with the 1-1 pitch. And that's fouled off for strike two. Brooks Zimmer would single his first at-bat to start the game off for the Royals. And Zimmer, another multi-sport athlete. He is a basketball player, I believe, for the Skyview Falcons, as this one's going to be down the first base line over Elliott's head, and Zimmer will hold up, and for the second at-bat in a row, he'll find himself at first base.
Just a good spot there as he kind of put it between Sam Elliott and Ryan Sims, and kind of no man's land for either one of those guys. So solid contact, solid hit there as he gets himself on base.
So 3 hits for the Royals with no runs so far, but with 1 out, they do have the speedy Zimmer at first. That takes us to the second baseman, Jaden Kay, here in the top of the third, and Kay will let that one go by for ball 1.
Randy Stoltz doing a great job here tonight as he's kind of been thrust into that catcher's position as of late due to injuries, Keaton Morisaki as well as Randy Craven.
So the pitch on its way, and we'll have ball 2.
Drew Scherer trying to fake out the batter there by putting something low, trying to get him to swing at something, but Drew Scherer is not going to be able to fool him with those 2 pitches down low.
Sure, in the top of the third here with 1 out, he's got 37 pitches unofficially. The 2-0 on its way. And that'll get us to strike 1. With a runner at first and Zimmer and 1 out. Tomorrow's games, folks, will start at 1, 4, and 7. We'll have a complete list of those as we have to wait for these games to play out. Sure, with the 2-1. Runner's going to go. Schultz can't control the pitch, and Zimmer will get the base at second. Takes us to 3-1.
Yeah, tough one there as the ball fortunately took a bounce up high. I don't know what it bounced on, but bounced on top of Randy Stoltz's helmet. Is now Ryan Malman will have a conference on the mound.
So that brings Malman out to speak with Scher, and Stoltz will come out and speak with him. We do know that the 1 o'clock game tomorrow will be the Lethbridge Elks and the Great Falls Chargers. Elks winning over the Senators in the 10 o'clock game today to stay alive in the loser side bracket. Great Falls, well, they would have a hard loss to the Scarlets. The 10-run rule taking effect late in the 5th inning. 14-2 was the final, or 14-1 was the final, but just a tough one for the Chargers after taking down the number 1 seeded Bozeman Bucks the day before. So they stay alive. They've got to win or go home. They have the 1 o'clock game. The winner of this game will see the Billings Scarlets at 7 p.m. The loser will have the Mavericks at 4. So we get back into the action with a 3-1 pitch to Kay. He'll swing on it, and it's going to be down the left field line. It's out of play, and that'll give us a full count at 3-2.
Yeah, again, Drew Scherer lining up a pitch for the batter to make contact, fouling it off, and making sure that one's not in play. Curious to see here if Scherer wants to go with the high heater, if he's going to try and put one low to maybe get a ground ball out here, or just put one across the plate.
Here's the 3-2 by Scherer. And that one's going to tag the batter, and he'll get the base no matter what.
Tough one there for Drew Scherer, as right there an opportunity to get that second out because you got a runner in scoring position. Now you got one at first base here with only 1 out. You'd like to have seen that possibly be another out here, as Jones will have a conference with Scherer, probably just to settle him.
So line 1 settling in, and his first pitch will be fouled off for strike 1. So 0-1 on the count.
See here what Drew Scherer wants to dial up here.
0-1 on the count. And time is called by the batter. So line 1 with a ground out, his first at-bat in the first inning. (0-1) on the count with 1 out and runners at first and second. Line 1 would go 0 for 3 yesterday against the Elks. And Sure. And Sure now settling back in after the fake throw to second. Runner in Zimmer This one's going to be to the shortstop. The pitch to A.J. Jones. He barehands it and throws it to Elliott, the Magic Man, with the double play to retire the side and keeps the Royals off the board. They leave one on. We go to the bottom of the third. Kalispell leading 1-0. You're listening to American Legion Baseball on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Hockey Wolf and Lacrosse Wolf is Missoula's one-stop shop for all your hockey and lacrosse needs.
Check this out.
It may be warm outside, but you can still take care of your hockey fix in their 1/3 sized indoor rink.
Really? Wow, crazy.
Stop in to 1010 North Avenue West and see what they have in store for your hockey needs. Hockey Wolf and Lacrosse Wolf is a proud sponsor of high school sports on the Missoula Prep Sports Network. Garden of Reading has a large stock of books, gifts, music, toys, and more. Stop in to Sacred Grounds for their full-service coffee bar featuring Missoula's best gourmet coffee. While you're there, pick up a pound of Garden of Reading's award-winning fudge and get a half-pound for free. Garden of Reading is Missoula's home for the best dietary supplement, Define 8. Garden of Reading is located at 2621 Brook Street. Garden of Reading is a proud sponsor of Prep Sports on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton with Anthony Knockreiner of the Knock on Sports Show on KGEZ 600 AM right here in Kalispell. You can get it on SoundCloud and iTunes. Do you want to know what's going on with Flathead sports, or you want a good opinion on professional sports? Listen to Anthony. Anthony, can people call in and talk to you?
Unfortunately not, but we are moving the station here shortly. Don't have an official date on that, but I do believe it'll be before the end of the year. And so that might give us the opportunity to do so. So hoping for some big changes, and we'll keep people abreast on that. But I'll tell you what, man, Anthony Jones, once again, what a way to end the inning, man.
Oh, man, Magic Man is what he is. Brandon Jordan, the center fielder, will lead things off. The bottom of the order, that's going to skim past Frieders, and the Lakers will put a runner on to start the bottom of the third.
How big is that, Chris, to get production at the bottom of the order, especially against a tough Billings Royals team? I mean, we saw Billings kind of go through the top of this Laker lineup, but here towards the bottom of it, they were able to get production, get a run across the board.
Well, and here's the thing is both these teams have veteran players, but you have to watch out for the Royals. Yes, they've got 3 hits on the board with no runs, but they came on late yesterday against the Elks, and you've got to just keep the foot on the gas pedal, and I'm sure that the Lakers management know that. So here is the first pitch to the top of the order to Randy Stoltz, and Stoltz will let that one go by for ball 1.
Stoltz has got great plate presence because he's got the awareness, he's got the pitch recognition to see whether or not that ball is going to be for a ball or strike. We've seen him, just draw walks and just frustrate pitchers.
This might be a silly question, but here's the throw to first. With shortstops, do you feel like they have a little bit more of an advantage at the plate because they are seeing how they've got a good advantage of seeing how the ball is coming out of the pitcher's hand?
I would, there might be something to that. I mean, I think you're right there because, it's got to be an advantage, and you got to have something there because, a shortstop essentially is the next thing to the quarterback, which is the pitcher.
And the pitch over the plate for strike 1. So an even count at 1 for Taylor Morton, the left fielder. Runner at first, no outs. 1-1 count. Tyler Frieders on the bump. Throw to first as Stoltz slides back in. Or no, that's not Stoltz. That is Brandon Jordan. Here's the pitch, and Stoltz is going to knock this one to the shortstop. The throw to first is a little behind as the first baseman can't hold on, and the Lakers with no outs will have runners at first and second, and I'm holding to see. Nope, they're going to give that one a hit. Thought maybe they would give that an error, but the Royals, the Lakers will have runners at first and second.
And I like Taylor Morton's numbers when he's got guys, he's got teammates on the bag here. Didn't have a successful first outing against Frieders, but Taylor Morton here with an opportunity to try and drive in a few more Laker runs.
Morton with a strikeout, his first at bat. Here's the pitch. The bunt laid down. It's a high hopper, and it's in the glove for out number 1. And that is not what you want to have come off the bat on a bunt.
Yeah, tough one there. Didn't get the bat squared up to get that ball down. Fortunately, it goes up, hung up there for a while, and an easy out for the Billings Royals. And you really don't want to give them any easy outs.
So we go to the shortstop, Eric Seaman. Seaman to settle in. And Frieders ready with 1 out and runners at first and second. Lakers looking to add on to their run count as the pitch gets away. Runners will hold and we'll have ball 1. Line one doing a good job, and I call them the wall behind the plate, the catchers. And interesting thing to look at is a lot of time these catchers at this level, rather than picking the ball up on the pitch, a lot of times they'll hold the glove out and let it come to them. And we'll have strike 1, so an even count at 1. If you watch the catchers in the majors, a lot of times they'll reach up and pick that ball up. At the Legion level, sometimes they don't pick the ball up when it comes low, and they'll just let that one come into their body and keep it in front of them. So a 1-1 count. And we'll go to 2-1 now.
He's got to leave for some black and blue bruising, I imagine.
Well, that's why they wear them pads on there, on the chest. And that might be my dumb observation, but from what I've noticed watching baseball and then seeing it at this level, and it's, probably a good thing to teach the catchers. This one's going to be hit hard. It's high, and the center fielder will put it in the glove. Runners will hold, and that's out number 2. Jordan wanted to go, but Malman holding hands up to say, stay right there, son. And we go to the third baseman, Dawson Smith. Dawson Smith had an uncharacteristic out at third as he was caught last night. Thought about coming down the line, and then the throw for the catcher down the line, and he'd get picked off.
Oh, no.
And it was the final out of the inning, and, well, with Malman standing right there, head was already down between the legs as he didn't want to look at his coach. So now Dawson faces the first pitch as time is called. With 2 outs and runners at first and second.
Dawson Smith getting things started back in the last inning, getting that double. Lakers and Malman probably hoping he can string out another one here.
And it'll slide over the plate for strike 1. That would be a good boost for the Lakers side of things. Jordan with a hand signal to Stoltz down the first base line. Frieders now ready with the 0-1. And it'll be swung on for strike 2. A.J. Jones to the on-deck circle. Yeah, that was some good speed out of Frieders. Frieders is one of the more accomplished pitchers for the Royals. We've seen him a couple of times this year with the Mavericks, and he's been kind of scary. I've said it all year long, though, this Royals team is the most experienced veteran team out there. And Dawson will be rung up. The pass ball down the first base line, and that will retire the side. So 2 left on for the Royals. We go to the top of the 4th. Lakers 1, Royals 0. We'll be back right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network. Welcome back to Griffin Field. Chris Stratton, Anthony Knock-Reiner of KGEZ 600 AM, or is it 600 AM KGEZ? I know that it's specific when you call it for radio. How do you guys prefer it?
Just 600 KGEZ.
Okay, alrighty. Well, we'll let it roll off the tongue then. So we go to the top of the fourth inning with the Kalispell Lakers leading the Billings Royals 1-0, and it is the 4-5-6 batters with Dawson Smith, the first baseman. For the Royals, Drew Scher on the bump, and the first pitch of the inning is on its way. And it'll be a ball.
Chris, I mean, you've seen the Royals a few more times than I have, obviously, and this is still a very good matchup here. But, I mean, I got to think that, one run's not going to be enough here to beat the Royals.
No, the Royals, they have a tendency to break open in late innings as the pitch gets away from Stoltz to get us to ball two. Yeah, it's going to be both the Lakers and the Royals have a good tendency to be able to add runs on in late innings, and 1-0 is not going to do it. There's going to have to be some padding for the Lakers, or the Royals are going to come back. This one's popped into right field, and that will be out number one.
Yeah, Ryan Sims holding down right field again, making some big plays out there that we've already seen. Like I said, this defense for the Lakers, very solid. Again, it's kind of funny. You talk about moving Randy Stoltz from shortstop to the catcher spot. I don't think you lose too much with Eric Seaman at the shortstop position, and the defense still very solid, and the outfielders still very much got enough speed to run about anything down.
So the designated hitter, Sam Evenson, will foul off the first pitch to him for strike one. One out, nobody on. Lakers lead the Royals 1-0. The final game of day two. We are down to 6 teams now, folks. We'll have games at 1, 4, and 7 tomorrow as things get tighter. Swung on for strike two as Drew Scher is starting to grab a hold of that rope on the bell.
How would you measure this tournament, Chris? I mean, considering the craziness that's happened to years past.
This tournament, right out of the gate, to have a number 8 seeded team knock off a number 1 seeded team really surprised me. I thought this tournament was going to be kind of just methodically these teams taking out the lower seeded teams, and seen some good baseball from the lower seeded teams as Evanson's going to hit this one right into the glove of Scher.
Saw some pretty good defensive plays. We saw one earlier to end the Billings Scarlets game as the shortstop jumps up, grabs that one out of the air. We saw Jones barehand one to first base for the double play, and then Drew Scher just sticking out the glove and catching a high heater.
These are some very talented athletes, and it's good baseball. Here is the first pitch to Daniel Blanchard, and it'll be ball one. Blanchard struck out his first at-bat. With 2 outs and nobody on, Royals looking for their first run of the game. This one will be bounced out, picked up. No, Seaman between the legs, and that one will put the runner on with an error.
Just a tough break there, but again, one runner gets on. I mean, Drew Scher, they're cruising through this inning with 2 outs, making it a quick one, it seemed like. But then the Royals able to, once again, I mean, that's the scary part about this Royals team. They're able to kind of leg things out on you.
Yeah, they take advantage of opportunities, and we'll see with a runner at first now with 2 outs whether we're going to have some motion with Cade Torgerson. He's going to foul that one down the first base line for strike one. Definitely the cream of the crop playing tonight. I mean, we saw the Scarlets play very well against Great Falls earlier. Mavs had a good game today. They played as a unit and played a very clean, tight game. As this one was going to be into right field, and it'll hop between center and right. Runner is on his way to third from first. The ball will roll in just behind, and with 2 outs, that will put a threat at third for the Royals with the big single by Cade Torgerson. And we go to Atticus Bryan, the right fielder, and this is going to cause another visit to the mound by Malman. Folks, if you're planning on taking a trip, and it's that time of year, Anthony, to take those trips out of town, well, if you need to have a flight, maybe a hotel, you should get a hold of our friends over at Grand Slam Travel. Mark Richardson at Grand Slam Travel does a great job of taking care of things, so all you have to do is pack and go. Grand Slam Travel, you can get a hold of them on Facebook at Grand Slam Travel, proud sponsors of American Legion Baseball on the Missoula Prep Sports Network. We get back to play here as Malman sends the signal to Stoltz. And Sure now ready for the pitch. Runners on the corners with 2 outs, and this one will be swung on for strike 1. And that's what you want to see after a visit by your head coach.
Absolutely, put a strike 1 in there. I mean, like I said, just it seemed minutes ago, Sure cruising along, and now he's going to have to knuckle down, get this out here, keep this frame clean.
And this one's going to be hit by Brian off the middle of the bat, and the shortstop will put it in the glove, and that's the side. So runners hung up for the Royals once again. We go to the bottom of the 4th. Lakers holding on 1-0. We'll be back right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Mike's Print and Copy is your locally owned print shop. Whether it's custom letterhead or business cards, Mike and his friendly staff understand that your business is important to you and will make sure that your project is handled in a professional and timely manner. Drop into Mike's Print and Copy to have them take care of your printing needs. Stop by 1503 South Russell or give them a call today at 406-728-3363 to have Mike's Print and Copy take care of your printing needs. Mike's Print and Copy is a proud sponsor of high school sports in Missoula and the surrounding community.
Hockey.
On. Welcome back to Griffin Field. Chris Stratton with Anthony Knockreiner of KGZ 600 AM. And we go to the Magic Man to lead off the inning in A.J. Jones, the second baseman. 5, 6, 7 batters scheduled up on the inning. Tyler Frieders throws the first pitch. It's going to roll out to the shortstop. He'll pick it up in the dirt. The throw to first, and that will be out number 1. Nice play by the shortstop to get AJ out. And we go to Ryan Sims, the right fielder.
Talk about a couple of defensive gems already. You talk about the last batter, Anthony Jones, but then also Ryan Sims, who's at the plate now. Pretty stellar defensive plays earlier in the game.
Here's the Frieders pitch, and that one will be outside for a ball. Our officials tonight behind the plate, Rick Solbert. First base is Craig Struble, and Mike Krieger at third. Here's the pitch, and this one's going to go right to the glove on the bounce. Frieders with the toss, and that's out number 2. Can't ask for anything more when the ball's hit softly right to your pitcher.
I was going to say, Chris, we're looking at a very good defensively played game here tonight, and the pitchers have made plays and made outs. We saw Sure, catch one on the glove, stick it right out there. Their Frieders does the same thing, so it's defensively been solid tonight.
That brings us to Logan Silberud, the designated hitter, and Frieders' first pitch will be fouled off for strike 1. Yeah, defensive play has been key all the way through the day outside of the Great Falls game, but with the Scarlets, and that's just the Scarlets being bullies on the mound. Here's the pitch, and we'll have strike 2 to Silberud. But most of the teams today have had a good defensive play. I think the first day jitters are down, and the teams that are remaining, as we'll go ball 1 on the pitch, really starting to come together and gel.
Logan Silberud here, try to again, Frieders cruising just like Sure did in the last inning. He's Silberud trying to leg one out here, keep this inning going, and he will not.
And that will be a strikeout to end the side. We go to the top of the 5th inning with the Royals looking to earn their first run. They're down 1-0. We'll be back right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Have you checked out the Garden of Eden video of the week at mpsn406.com? Do you have a sweet video of your sports athlete? Did you experience a sports-altering moment or something at a sporting event that wowed the crowd? Go to our homepage at www.mpsn406.com and click on the Contact Us tab at the bottom of the homepage and email us the video. Yours just might go viral. npsn.com, Missoula's home for Missoula's prep sports heroes.
Get Montana strong at Fuel Fitness and Nutrition. Montana owned and Montana proud. Your $29 a month Montana Mega Gym. Fuel has premier facilities with the latest equipment, nutrition superstores, high energy classes, refreshing smoothie bars, attentive childcare, expert trainers, and we never close. Best of all, you have access to 6 locations statewide for just $29 a month. That's less than $1 a day. Get Montana strong at Fuel Fitness and Nutrition. Go to clubfuelfitness.com right now to find a Montana location near you.
Welcome back to MPSN as a Go Royals Go chant starts up with the Royals fans down to the left of us. We've got Billings Scarlets players, Missoula Maverick players, Missoula Maverick fans sitting around us here. The Lakers packed in on the far side trying to get things fired up. We go to the top of the 5th inning where it's the bottom of the order for the Royals, and Carson Klumpian, Drew Scherer on the bump, and the first pitch will be low for a ball.
Unfortunately, that's been kind of the story tonight, I think, for Drew Scherer, is that some of his pitches have just been on that low side. We've kind of seen that from him tonight. I don't know what the ball-strike ratio is, but it seems like he's been trying to find that low part of the plate.
That pitch will be swung on for strike 1, so an even count at 1 now for the shortstop as we get a buzz-by with the Wasp. Here's Scherer with the 1-1. This one's going to be cranked off the middle of the bat into left field, and coming up, Morton in the glove, and that will be out number 1. And we were talking between innings, Anthony, it is going to have to be straight up mistake-free baseball. I mean, we have 1 run on the board. The Lakers have committed 1 error. They do have the 1-0 lead, but from here on out, it's going to take some serious defensive stronghold as Brooks Zimmer comes to the plate.
Yeah, if Drew Scherer can kind of clean up here with, continue, because he had a good start to the last inning until that error, and then some things kind of took off. But if he can try to keep his pitch count down, continue to keep it down here the next couple innings, I think he can finish.
Brooks Zimmer will check swing on the first pitch. They look down the first base line, and they say ball. Much to the chagrin of the Laker fans on the far side. Never happy.
No, you can't. Well, officials, they can never make anybody happy.
That's right. Brooks Zimmer, the most productive batter. He's 2 for 2 as that pitch will slide over the plate for strike 1. And that's something that you always talk about, too, is coaches say it all the time. You never play the officials.
Nope.
And so they should never be an excuse. And this one will be batted out. Sure, will grab it out of the air. The toss to Elliott at first, and that is out number 2.
Solid stuff there. It just seems like that we keep going to the pitchers, Chris. That's back-to-back-to-back innings.
Yeah, these guys are really making a name for themselves today. We go to Jaden Kay, the second baseman. Sure is going to go ahead and tighten down those cleats as our plate umpire, Solberg, will clean the plate off. Sometimes that's just an excuse to give the players to do whatever they need to do, tie a shoe or adjust the equipment, whatever it is. Sometimes when they go down. Here's the pitch, and it's going to get away from Stoltz for ball 1, and that's only the second time we've seen that happen tonight. We didn't see it at all last night.
No, Stoltz is. He's had his work cut out for him tonight already. He had one bounce off the helmet earlier. He's had to block a few pitches here tonight, so definitely putting that work in.
And that'll take us to 2-0 on the count.
Drew Scherer here, probably looking for contact. We've seen him get so many outs tonight with ground outs and pop flies. Probably looking for one here.
And that one will slide over the plate for strike 1.
Sean, what? Just roll by. The beer guy's here. Do you need help? I don't need help.
Here's Scherer with the 2-1. And we'll have ball 3.
Tough one there, tough location. That one just on top of the strike zone there, as definitely trying to just find that one just a little bit lower.
Jaden Kay will have this one bounced out, picked up by Seaman, and the throw to first. That's the side. So 3 up, 3 down for the Royals. We go to the bottom of the 5th with the Lakers looking to pad their lead 1-0. You're listening to American Legion Baseball on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Do you feel stuck to your computer when cheering on your prep sports hero when you can't make it to the game? Well, now you don't have to. The Missoula Prep Sports Network has an app for all of Missoula's high school sports fans.
How fantastic is that?
Just search Missoula Prep Sports Network in either the iTunes or Google Play App Store and take the game on the go.
It doesn't get any better than this. This is the future.
Missoula Prep Sports Network knows that life is busy and you don't have time to sit by your computer. Download the app and take the game on the go.
Get Montana strong at Fuel Fitness and Nutrition. Montana owned and Montana proud. Your $29 a month Montana Mega Gym. Fuel has premier facilities with the latest equipment, nutrition superstores, high energy classes, refreshing smoothie bars, attentive childcare, expert trainers, and we never close. Best of all, you have access to 6 locations statewide for just $29 a month. That's less than $1 a day. Get Montana strong at Fuel Fitness and Nutrition. Go to clubfuelfitness.com right now to find a Montana location near you.
Welcome back to Griffin Field. Chris Stratton, Anthony Knockreiner joining in from KGZ 600 AM as we go to the bottom of the order for the Lakers here in the bottom of the 5th. It will be Sam Elliott at the plate with Brandon Jordan in the on-deck circle. Here's Frieder's first pitch of the inning, and it will roll by for ball 1.
Sam Elliott with a chance here to get some things started. And I think the Lakers' bats would like to make him work a little bit harder than they did in the last inning.
So here's the 2-0 on the count to Elliott. Elliott with a pop out to the shortstop, his first at bat. Here's the 2-0, and that one will slide across the plate for Frieders to get strike 1. Great house tonight, packed in here tight, as we'll have 3-1 now to the first baseman in Elliott.
About standing room only, Chris.
Here's the pitch. You're right on that one, as we'll go to a full count at 3-2 now. Love to see local fans getting into their local sports heroes, and we've definitely got a good one. Here's the 3-2. Swung on, and that's going to be foul into the batting cages down the first base line. Keeps Elliott alive. Elliott put on a show last night against the Helena Senators, pitching the stretch out. They did have somebody warm up, but sometimes I wonder if coaches just do that to get into the pitcher's head to say, you're going to be pulled if you don't settle in here, as Elliott has walked.
Great patience by Elliott there, and good start for the Lakers here. Like I said, this has been a tight contest, and, I mean, we're talking as we continue to get later, every pitch now becomes even more important.
And that's the first walk of the game for either pitcher, as the bottom of the order comes to the plate, number 11, Brandon Jordan. 4 hits for the Royals with no runs, 4 hits for the Lakers with 1 run, and Jordan showing bunt for ball 1.
Sam Elliott's got good speed, but he's not a guy that's just going to jump off the base. He's got to get going, then that's when he hits that gear.
So Frieders, 3 innings pitched. Check that, 4 innings, as I didn't mark it off, and this one's going to be foul down the first base line, and we'll have an even count at 1. But Frieder's doing pretty well. He has allowed 1 run off of 3 hits, but has tightened the screws down since then. He's walked 1, struck out 2, and is sitting at 50 pitches unofficially.
I mean, right now, Chris, it looks like both guys could potentially go the full distance of 7 if it needs to go that far.
Lakers holding on to a 1-0 lead, but they do need to have some runs to pad out here, as the 6th and 7th innings are the Royals innings. Here's the throwback, and the Royals thought that they got him, but our first base umpire, Craig Struble, says he's safe.
That's where having that long reach of being a 6'8" wingspan guy comes into play.
Sam Elliott playing with the dirt out there by first base as time is called, and Jordan takes a deep breath as he settles in. And I think baseball is the most superstitious sport there is, as we will have the catcher jump out of the stirrups to fake the throw down the line for strike 2. Elliott jumping back, but baseball players, they have their little rituals, whatever you want to call them, before they go to the plate. Elliott diving back in, and he's safe. Freitas trying to call off over there.
It's not even limited just to the players, the coaches themselves.
Oh, yeah, well, fans, too. Even the official scorers for some teams have rituals, too, that they do.
Okay.
No. Throw to first as the official scorer for the Missoula Mavericks sits in front of us. I'm heckling him a little bit. Maverick royalty, the Kings. Bo King's dad, Lawrence, and Mom Megan right in front of us. Love to, Papa King, that's right. Lots of fun here at Griffin Field, whether you're on the field or in the stands. A 1-2 pitch now by Freitas to get us back into the game, as Jordan showing a hard bunt. He will put it down. Picked up by the pitcher, throw to first, and that will be out number 1, but the sack bunt does its job as Elliott stands at second.
Chris, we've seen the top of the order now twice for the Lakers, and they haven't been able to get too much going so far. But right now, this is an opportunity. This needs to be the time for the Lakers, top of the order, to really put something in play.
That's right. Stoltz is 1 for 2, singled his last at bat, had a fly out to left. And it looks like they're going to bring a runner in. Little guy, number 2 for the Lakers. And I don't have his number in the book here. Out there at second base, you probably can't recognize who it is either. I wonder if that's one of their, he's number 2, but I don't have him in the book. Carville? Okay. So Carville to run at second for Elliott. Elliott getting some work over there as he had to dive back into first.
A lot.
So now we see Stoltz with a runner at second. And they'll throw to second, and that one will go off the hand of Carville before he gets back, and he stands up and rubs the dirt off that nice white jersey.
Tell you what, Freitas is checking a lot in this inning, a lot more than he has, and I don't know if that's just, at this point of the game or what it is, but he's definitely looking more towards it. I got to think that's also adding more fatigue to the arm.
I'm sure it is. I mean, a throw is a throw, whether you're trying to throw to the catcher, as that first pitch will slide over the plate for strike 1. And he says, you know what, you guys up there talking to the microphone, shutty. So 0-1 on the count to the leadoff man. Lakers holding on to a 1-0 lead. They have 1 out here with 1 on, and Stoltz will crank this one off foul for strike 2.
I wonder how much does the pitcher checking as much get into the head of the batter, because it also makes the batter wait longer, because he's like, okay, well, is he going to throw me the pitch this time, or is he going to go back to second base?
I'm sure it does. I mean, impatient. We have the 0-2, and that'll give us ball 1. And Carver out there at second, dancing around, and that's got to get into a pitcher's head too. When you've got a runner at second and that's right off your vision, and he's bobbing and weaving, dancing around out there, makes you think about it. So 1-2 on the count, pitch on the way, and this one's going to be hit into right field, a line drive right into the glove of the right fielder. Runner at second will hold.
Stoltz trying to line that one out there, but hit it right to the right fielder now. And got to look for Taylor Morton. I said earlier that he's had his moments where he's put a hit in, and it's really put the Lakers on the board. There's been a couple of games where he's helped them get over the hump when they've been behind. Taylor Morton with 2 outs needs to string something here because I think there's enough speed at second. Get something that's a single. I think you got a scoring opportunity.
2 outs, 1 on. And the left fielder, Taylor Morton, steps in. Frieders will check the runner at second. Here's the pitch, and it'll slide over the plate for strike 1. Morton, though, 0 for 2, had a strikeout and a pop-out bunt his last at bat. That's that one that came off the end of the bat on the bunt right into the pitcher's glove. So he's looking to get something going here. Frieders stares down. Now he's got the pitch and the stretch. And this one will be hit out. It's going to roll to the first baseman, and the pitcher will get there, the step on the bag, and that's the side. So the Lakers get one on. They leave them there. We go to the top of the 6th. Kalispell holding on to 1-0. We'll be back right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Mike's Print and Copy is your locally owned print shop. Whether it's custom letterhead or business cards, Mike and his friendly staff understand that your business is important to you and will make sure that your project is handled in a professional and timely manner. Drop into Mike's Print and Copy to have them take care of your printing needs. Stop by 1503 South Russell or give them a call today at 406-728-3363 to have Mike's Print and Copy take care of your printing needs. Mike's Print and Copy is a proud sponsor of high school sports in Missoula and the surrounding community.
Advertising on the web can be intimidating. Where do you start? What is the most effective way to reach the audience you are targeting? Milk Crate Media can help you reach your audience, whether it is social media marketing or creating a unique commercial for streaming or for radio advertising. Milk Crate Media can help you build a new website or rebuild your existing website that will bring users back again and again. Visit www.mcratemedia.com today. Milk Crate Media is a proud sponsor of Prep Sports in Missoula and the surrounding valley.
Welcome back to MPSN as we have some changes on the field. Sam Elliott is out, and number 15, Sibelrud, the designated hitter, now stands at first. So a little change there. Bring in the designated hitter in, putting Sibelrud at first base. I don't see Elliott anywhere else on the field, so he is done for the day.
Yeah, I imagine they might do. I mean, I don't know if they can just switch positions there, make him first, and then put Sam Elliott as designated hitter. But you might know more on that than I.
I'm not quite sure if they can do that or not, as a conversation's being had. So the question has been asked. Sibelrud, who was the designated hitter, is at first now. Can they put Elliott in as a DH, or is the DH the DH, and once the DH comes in, that's done? He's done. Okay, thank you for the clarification. We got Mark Richardson, Trad Richardson of the Missoula Mavericks sitting next to us, clarifying that for us. Appreciate it. And both managers now with our plate umpire, trying to square away what's going on as wrong side. Jarrett Linewand gets ready for his at-bat. Drew Scherer on the bump. Scherer, 6 innings, 1 strikeout, 1 hit by pitch, no runs off of 4 hits. The Lakers do have 1 error on the board, not to Scherer's expense. Okay, so Lawrence King tells us that the pitcher will now hit in the designated hitter spot. No. Oh, he'll hit in Elliott's spot. That's right. Okay.
Lots of things to unpack here.
That's right. And we'll take a moment as Solberg will explain things to the press box. As clarification has been made. Regardless, though, Elliott is done for the day. Good to see him in there, though. He's one of my more favorite Kalispell athletes. So we go now to Linewand, the catcher, to settle in. Drew Scherer with the first pitch of the inning. Lakers lead 1-0 here in the 6th. This is when they went to work against the Elks yesterday, was in the 6th inning. The Royals would earn 6 runs, 2 in the 6th and 4 in the 7th. Here's the pitch, and it'll be sliced off, evens us out at 1 apiece on the count.
Curious to see the leash, how much longer Drew Scher goes here.
Well, we do have action in the bullpen for the Lakers. So you might have just answered your own question. Or the Lakers might have just answered your question. So 1-1 on the count to the catcher. And that'll be swung on for strike 2. I know that Malman wants to hold on to this. Lakers have a good chance if they can get by the Royals here. I mean, the Scarlets are playing very good baseball. They are peaking at the right time. And at one point during the season, the Scarlets were as low as the 6th seed.
Yeah, that was the surprising part at that point of the season.
And Line Wand will have a comment to the umpire as he is rung up for out number 1, and we go to Dawson Smith. And I know, speaking with umpires and having umpires as friends, last thing you want to do as a player, as a coach, is have anything to say to the umpire, as the first pitch will go over the plate for strike 1 to Dawson Smith, the first baseman.
Well, that's just showing frustration, which then gives motivation to Drew Scher as he delivers that strike in there.
And we're even at 1.
But I will say, though, the ump there just kind of ignored it, let it go, because I think he understands the magnitude of the game, but you also need the player to understand the magnitude of the game because you don't want to get yourself in trouble when you're talking about a game like this where, one play here or there changes the complexion of the game.
And the pitch will get away from Stoltz to get us a 2-1 on the count. And Connor Drish warming up. I think that's number 10 in there. Is that how you say that? D-R-I-S-H, as we have ball 3 thrown by Scher to the first baseman. Top of 6, Lakers holding on to a 1-0 lead over the Royals. And the batter will be walked to put runner at first with 1 out. And that's the first walk of the game. I'll double check my stats here. It is the first walk of the game. And here comes Malman.
Yeah, very curious to see what Malman does here. I figure this will probably just be a conversation. Try and just, probably the message is, hey, get 2 more outs for us. Get us to the top of the 7th.
So the visit happening on the mound. Folks, when you're on the go, well, there is one gym in Montana that's for Montanans. That's all over Montana, and that's Fuel Fitness. Fuel Fitness is the leader in supporting high school sports, as they are a proud sponsor of high school sports throughout the state of Montana. No matter where you go, Billings, Kalispell, Helena, Butte, Bozeman, Missoula, there's a Fuel Fitness wherever you go.
I was about to say, that's my gym. I go about there 4 or 5 times a week. Every night after the show, I go work out over at Fuel here in Kalispell, so love Fuel Fitness.
And, folks, before the game, just a little plug for Fuel Fitness. Anthony was bragging about the weight that he's lost because he's been going to Fuel Fitness, and that is
15 pounds.
Right there. I didn't want to say it. I didn't want to put you on the spot. So we get back to the game now to Sam Evenson, and he'll foul it off for strike 1. But Fuel Fitness is a proud sponsor of high school sports in Montana and the power behind MPSN. So 0-1 now to the designated hitter in Evenson. Evenson 1 for 2. Singled his first at-bat, had a line drive to the pitcher, his last. Here's the 0-1. And that one will be just a hair outside on the left-handed batter for an even count at 1.
I think what Drew Scher here is looking for is he's looking for the batter to hit something that he can cause for a ground out, because I think Drew Scher is looking for the double play here with 1 out.
Get out of the side, and time is called by the batter. And Evenson will settle in, and You know, both the Royals and the Scarlets, I have to question what kind of water they have over there in Billings, as both teams have some fine specimen in athletes. 2-1 on the count.
That's why we've seen so much success, whether it's basketball, football, any of the sports that you talk about during the high school year, and no different when we get to the Legion baseball.
So 2-1 on the count. 1 on and 1 out. This one's going to be cranked over the head of Seaman. It's going to roll deep into center field. That'll hold the runner up at second, and with 1 out, the Royals will have runners at first and second.
Sure now really going to have to knuckle down here as you got a runner in scoring position. And as you mentioned, Chris, this is where Billings gets dangerous.
And that'll take us to Daniel Blanchard, and Stoltz is going to go back in and check in with Scher. And one of the probably toughest positions to play is the catcher position because there's so much going on. You're the general on the field because you can see everything.
Mm-hmm.
You get the pitches from the sidelines and relay them in. You've got baseballs hooked at you all game, and then on top of it all, you've got to play shrink, go out and get in the head of your pitcher to calm them down. So Blanchard now waits for the first pitch by Scher, and it's going to be high as Stoltz has got to jump out of the stirrups for ball 1.
Scher really has to battle here and try and get out of this situation here. Malman hoping his guy can finish the inning, get the job done, and go to the bottom of the 6th.
1 out, runners at first and second. The 1-0 pitch on its way, and that'll slide over the plate to even us out at 1. Cade Torgerson goes to the on-deck circle with 1 out. We did see Connor Drish warming up in the bullpen. They might be holding on to him for the 7th inning just in case. Here is the 1-1, and this one's going to be cranked high, deep into right field. It's in the glove. The runner at second's going to hold as the throw is made. Seaman lets it go by, but Dawson with a good job of keeping it in front of him. And that will be out number 2 on the fly out to right.
Solid defense there. Now this kind of gives Drew Scher a little bit of a breather here because you put anything in play or anything in the air here where a Laker defender can get underneath it. That ends the inning. So you got pretty much they need something where it either hits the ground and then the Laker defender can't get to it.
So we go to the left fielder, Cade Torgerson, 1 for 2 on the night. Little thing to mention here is in this inning as this one's going to be bounced out second base, first baseman will pick it up, the throw to first, and the race will be won by the pitcher. So the Royals, they'll get them on the bases again, but the Lakers defense holds them off. We go to the bottom of the 6th with the Lakers up 1-0. We'll be back right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Stitches of Missoula is your resource for embroidery and screen printing. Give Stitches a call today at 406-529-2632 to speak with their super friendly staff and have them take care of your embroidery needs. From business logos to team jerseys, Stitches Embroidery can help you and your team look good. Check them out online at stitchesmontana.com to see their full line of silkscreen and embroidery options. Stitches is a proud sponsor of Prep Sports on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Attention all Legion baseball fans. The Missoula Prep Sports Network will be the exclusive video streaming provider for the Montana, Alberta AA and A Legion tournaments July 18th through August 1st. If you know of a local business in your community that would like to support the coverage of the games, please send us an email and we'll get in touch with you. Join us live from Kalispell, Montana and Miles City, Montana, July 28th through August 1st for state championship drama. MPSN, Legion baseball fans home for the 2018 Montana, Alberta state tournaments.
Welcome back to Griffin Field. Chris Stratton with Anthony Knockreiner of KGEZ 600 AM here in Kalispell, the pulse of Kalispell sports. As we go to the bottom of the 6th inning, leading off is the number 3 batter, the shortstop, Eric Seaman. He has been charged with the only error on the game defensively. Malman at third as the third base coach. And something I noticed in the top of the 6th is after every at-bat, Malman was coming out about halfway between the first base line and the warning track down there, and shouting something to either his pitcher or to the field, as the first pitch to Eric Seaman will be a strike.
Yeah, I talked to Malman earlier in the week. I know he can be kind of a superstitious coach himself, but definitely firing up the guys here as the Lakers look at an opportunity to try and pad on some more runs.
Frieder's pitch will be high and out of the glove of the catcher. And we go to an even count at 1.
I'll say this too, Chris. I think one of the things when I talked to Malman too is what he said that he likes is that his team's been in these kinds of moments before. And when you are in during the season, these are where these moments kind of pay up because the players have the experience in the late innings.
The 1-1 slides over the plate for strike 2. Tyler Frieders has pitched a good game as well. Here in the bottom of the 6th, he's got 5 innings, 2 strikeouts, a walk, 1 runoff of 4 hits. And once, just like the Lakers pitcher, he's got a good defense behind him. Here's the 1-2, and that one will get away on a wild pitch to even us out at 2. Kind of seeing the pitcher start to slow down here.
Well, I mean, obviously Scherr's numbers are a little bit higher on the pitch count than Frieders, but I got to imagine because of those low numbers, we might see Frieders go in the 7th if it gets to that point.
62 pitches unofficially for Frieders as this one again gets away and gives us a full count at 3-2. Solberg, our umpire, calling for a restock from the dugout. There's Tim Boulware, the voice of Helena Senators baseball, as this one's going to be cranked off foul to keep the batter alive at 3-2. Senators were staying till today to watch the games. I'm not quite sure if they were going to stay for the rest of the weekend, but Tim rides with the team on the bus, has had some good stories about hanging out with the boys, and that's what I love about our job is just getting to know these boys. Here's the 3-2. Swung on. This one's going to roll out. The second baseman off the glove, and that will put the leadoff runner at first off the air.
Eric Seaman there, man. Eric Seaman, with being the captain, being the leader, finding a way to dig deep here, and that's what the Lakers needed there because that looked like that was going to be a routine, ground out to throw to first. But they're just a mistake, and Eric Seaman able to capitalize it. The Lakers now need to capitalize it with no outs here, and Dawson Smith at the plate.
And Jaden Smith Jaden Kay out there at second knowing exactly the situation. That brings up the heavy bat of Dawson Smith, who's got a double, 1 for 2 with a run. Here's the pitch showing bunt with no outs, and the ball will slide by for ball 1. A.J. Jones in the on-deck circle with no outs. Dawson settles in with a 1-0 and a runner at first. Lakers looking to pad their 1-0 lead. Bunt laid down. This one's going to be called foul down the first base line, and the batter will stay alive.
Again, trying to move those runners over.
Motion on the bases, I think, is the most beautiful part about baseball. Is just the intricacy of making those runners move and the players understanding the sacrifices that are made to have that motion made. 1-1 on the count. The pitch. Bunt laid down, and that will be strike 2. Dawson Smith trying to hit the sweet spot down that first base line. And Malman says, come here. He'll have a brief conversation with his third baseman. Dawson Smith, a smart athlete, understands the situation, but sometimes you just got to get inside those players' heads and shake the brain.
Yeah, Dawson Smith had him on the show earlier the week with Ryan Malman. He just talked about how nice it is to sleep in his own bed for this tournament, and being a senior, having this opportunity for this tournament to be here.
Here's the 1-2 by Frieders, and that will get us even at 2. A.J. Jones in the on-deck circle with no outs, a runner at first, and an even count at 2. Frieders didn't like the pitch. He'll nod off the first two and nods at the third. Here's the pitch. And swung on, and Dawson Smith will be struck out for out number one. And that's the third of the game for Freighters. We move to A.J. Jones, who is yet to have a hit. Sack bunt, his leadoff at bat, and a ground out.
A.J. Jones, we saw him make that great defensive play back in the third. I mean, Jones here just needs to put something in motion here so Eric Seaman can advance.
He'll let that one go by. It'll be ball one. And we talk about it all the time, the intelligence of these athletes. And it's not saying that one athlete's more intelligent than others, but it's just amazing to know how tuned in they are to the situation.
And their awareness, I would say the awareness is really, right there, and especially when you talk about these two baseball teams.
Veteran players on both sides. A.J. Jones, another one that does not wear gloves, rubs a little dirt into the hands to get a tighter grip on that bat. Seaman stepping away, and they'll throw to first to hold him there. Seaman's got some speed as well and can be dangerous on the bases. Freighters now with the 1-0. And that one's knocked deep into left field, and it'll fall between the center and left fielder, and A.J. Jones finds himself at first for the first time today for the fifth hit of the game for the Lakers.
Well, the Lakers, we talked about, Chris, they're getting base runners on here, but we've seen this story before in this game where we've seen guys get to first and second, but they just haven't been able to get to third, and the defense has been able to shut things down here. Ryan Sims with an opportunity here to try and cash in and pad that lead like we talked about, but Freighters at the same time has been in this tough situation throughout this ball game and has shut the door.
Exactly. So Freighters now with one out and runners at first and second faces Ryan Sims, and Sims will crank the first pitch off foul for strike one. Sims 1 for 2, a single with an RBI, his first at bat, grounded out his last at bat. Both teams sliding through their order for the third time here in the sixth inning. Here's the pitch, and that'll get us ball one. Runners at first and second, holding. Freighters, 76 pitches now.
And we got some bullpen action going, too, right now in the Lakers bullpen. It looks like it could be Dawson Smith.
I believe that is Dawson Smith warming up. So Lakers looking to do something to hold on to this 1-0 lead. The 1-1 pitch to the right fielder. And that'll get us ball two. Logan Silberud in the on-deck circle. He is at first base, so taking over that designated or first base spot from the designated hitter position. 2-1 on the count with one out. The pitch is swung on. It's into right field, and it'll be in the glove. Great job by the right fielder to dive on that one for out number two. Atticus Bryan with the play. And we go to Logan Silberud, who is 1 for 2. He reached off of a fielder's choice, his first at bat. He'll walk up the third base line and gets a little instruction from his coach. Malman at third. And Malman, he's got one of, I don't know about the rest of any of the Legion teams, but he does have one AA team member on his Miles City team, as this one will be tagged at third, and the side is gone. So the Lakers were looking to pad, but they couldn't. They leave 2 on, and we go to the top of the seventh, where it's all or nothing for the Royals, down 1-0. We'll be back right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Hockey Wolf and Lacrosse Wolf is Missoula's one-stop shop for what hockey and lacrosse needs.
Check this out.
It may be warm outside, but you can still take care of your hockey fix in a 1/3 size indoor rink.
Really? Wow.
Sports Network. Garden of Reading has a large stock of books, gifts, music, toys, and more. Stop into Sacred Grounds for their full-service coffee bar featuring Missoula's best gourmet coffee. While you're there, pick up a pound of Garden of Reading's award-winning fudge and get a half pound for free. Garden of Reading is Missoula's home for the best dietary supplement, Define 8. Garden of Reading is located at 2621 Brook Street. Garden of Reading is a proud sponsor of Prep Sports on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton, Anthony Knockreiner at Griffin Field for the final game of day 2. The Kalispell Lakers hold on to a 1-0 lead over the Billings Royals. Drew Scherer still on the bump. We did see Dawson Smith warm up. He stands at third. Possible switch out if things get hairy here in the 7th inning. But it's been a great game, Anthony, all the way through. We do have an error to either side, but regardless of that, it has been just a great game to sit and watch in the stands.
Yes, it has. And, I mean, listen, defensively, the pitching, I mean, these teams have really done an outstanding job, and you got to give a ton of credit to the pitchers as well. They have really made life difficult for each lineup here, and it's going to come down to 3 outs. You know, can the Royals at least tack on 1 run? Can the Lakers shut down the door and close this game with 3 outs? That's the question that's going to get answered here within the next 10 minutes.
So we got a pinch hitter in now. Royals trying to do whatever they can as Scherer will throw the first pitch of the inning to Nick Nordstog, and we'll have ball 1.
Drew Scherer here getting the vote of confidence from Ryan Mullman. I'm sure Drew Scherer went to his coach and said, give me the ball here as I want to shut this thing down. Let me finish.
So the 1-0 by Scherer, and we'll have ball 2. Nordstog, taking a look at him. He was in yesterday, I believe, at some point. No, yes, he was. 1 for 3. A single and a run. This one's going to be hit out past the shortstop. The center fielder will take a knee to pick up the ball, and that will put a runner at first with no outs to lead off the 7th. And, Anthony, I said it before, this is where the Royals get dangerous.
Yeah, late innings here. You put one on, you put the first batter on. That's what you want to see is we're now going to see a pinch runner as well. We'll see number 1 come into the ball game as a pinch runner here.
Michael Moorhead.
So, again, but, you know, this is the funny thing about this is we've seen the story before, Chris, and right now it's just the question of which team's going to execute here to finish this half inning.
And we go to the bottom of the order to the shortstop for the Royals, Carson Klumpian, with nobody out and a runner at first. Sure, with the pitch, and that one will slide over the plate for strike 1. And Klumpian is 0 for 2, a fly out to right and a fly out to center.
I would say this is an out. You need to get this guy out. I think it's pivotal for sure as we get ready for the top of the lineup.
And Dawson coming up. The bunt is got some air underneath it. Diving for it. Can't get to it. Runner will go to second. The throw is made. And that will get the leadoff man for out number 1. Not the way you drew it up in your book there, Anthony, but no. It's exactly the out that they needed.
Yeah, get the leadoff runner now that you're only guys at 1, or at first base there. So listen, a break for the Lakers.
It is, definitely. So 1 out, 1 on, and we swing to the top of the order to Brooks Zimmer, who's 2 for 3. Round out his last at bat. Here's Scherer with the pitch, and that'll be low for a ball.
Yeah, Drew Scherer, he keeps working that low part of the strike zone tonight. It's been working for him because it gets the ground outs, but at the same time, we've seen that pitch go for a ball here tonight.
So 1-0 on the count. Packed house at Griffin Field. You can feel the energy as this one will slide over the plate to even the count out at 1.
That Lakers crowd's going to get a little more boisterous each time this umpire signals a strike.
Jaden Kay goes to the on-deck circle. Sure, with the stretch. Runner at first is going to go. The throw to second by Stoltz. It's on time, but A.J. Jones can't hold on to the ball. And the runner will get the base. Nice throw by Stoltz. And here comes Malman. Is this it, Anthony? For sure.
Yeah, we'll see here. I don't know if Drew Scher necessarily comes out of this game. I mean, you got one out here. You got a 2-ball, 1-strike count. So just a tough play there by Anthony Jones. Looked like he had it just for a second there, but just a tough play as we see the man stealing go into second base. And right now we're going to see, I believe that is Drew Scher. He's going to get the nod. I think Malman just wanted to have a quick word and, just give his pitcher a vote of confidence.
So 2-1 on the count, and Seaman coming over from the shortstop position and having some words of encouragement to A.J. Jones. Zimmer now with a 2-1. And that'll slide over the plate to get us even at 2. Dirty pitch by Scher.
It's
to
funny.
Get up to 2-2.
I talked to Scher back in early July. We had him in, and he talked about this moment where he wanted to be. And this is exactly the moment he wants, and he has it now.
The 2-2. Swung on. This is going to bounce down the line to the third baseman. Dawson can't hold on to it. The runner's around. The throw to home will not be made. And the Royals tie it up at 1 here in the 7th with 1 out and a runner at first. And they're going to mark that as an error to Dawson.
Tough break there for the Lakers. Now, listen, the ball game's tied. You need to get the outs. Don't allow anything to happen to where you fall behind. You want the opportunity to walk this thing off, and so the Lakers just need to battle here, knuckle down, get the outs.
So ball 1 now to K. Game tied at 1. Lakers still get the bat as it is the top of the 7th, and this one's going to be cranked high into left field and in the glove for out number 2. Runner holds at first, and Anthony, this is a game. We're tied at 1 with 2 outs at the top of the 7th.
Yeah, I mean, here's the deal. I think you're going to get a pitching change if the Lakers aren't able to walk this thing off in the bottom of the 7th. So I think Drew Scher knows that he needs to finish this inning because this will likely be the end of his night. But right now, just battle down, get 1 out here. That's all you need. Take it to the 7th and get your lineup in there.
And we go to Jarrett Linewand, and the first pitch to Linewand is a ball. Laker fans not happy about the call. Linewand is 0 for 3, struck out his last at bat. Here's the 1-0. And that'll slide over the plate for strike 1. Dawson Smith of the Royals goes to the on-deck circle. Sure, with the 1-1, and now we do see action in the bullpen. This one's going to be fouled off as the runner starts to go. And they send him back to second as Zimmer. Or I apologize, K. And a 1-2 count now for the catcher. Everybody on the edge of their seats here in the top of the 7th as it's tied at 1. The pitch swung on. This one's going to be popped straight up in the air. Scher says he's got it, and he does, and that's the side. So the Royals come back to get one, but they leave one on. We're tied at 1 going into the bottom of the 7th. We'll be right back after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network. Welcome back to the Missoula Prep Sports Network's coverage of the 2018 AA Montana-Alberta State Tournament Game 8, and it's turning out to be a great one. Chris Stratton here with my good friend Anthony Knockreiner of KGEZ 600 AM right here in Kalispell. And they're going to bring in Johan Freudenberg to bat. He's usually the closer for the Lakers. Not a single person has left the facility. Everybody on the edge of their seats. They paid for the whole seat, Anthony, but they're only using part of it.
Pretty much. I mean, this is that late inning stuff that we talked about, and as we talked about the magnitude of this game and the quality these two teams are, it doesn't surprise us that we're at this point in the ball game.
And Freudenberg will swing on the first pitch by Frieders for strike one. Tie game at 1 at the bottom of the 7th. Lakers have a chance for a walk-off as we get strike 2. Bottom of the order, Brendan Jordan in the on-deck circle. Here's the 0-2, and we'll have ball 1. Freudenberg was the designated hitter yesterday as I look for my Lakers stats. And he was 0 for 2 as they'll ring him out for out number 1. That brings up Brendan Jordan. So 1 out, nobody on. Frieders now waiting for Jordan to step in. Jordan's 1 for 2, a single and a sac bunt on the day as the sun makes its way to that western horizon. And the first pitch will be a ball to Jordan.
Yeah, we've seen Jordan make some contributions to the game tonight as we get ready to go back to the top of the order, but he needs to get on base here for the Lakers. Try and get one on, that way you at least give yourself 2 of your top hitters at the top of the lineup.
That's right, with Stoltz waiting in the on-deck circle. An even count on 1. Stoltz with 5 home runs on the year. 1-1. And this pitch will slide over the plate for strike 2. That would be something with Stoltz having 5 homers on the year for him to step up with 2 outs and put one over the fence. That would be the perfect ending to the game.
Well, there's not really a wind as we look to the east, west of us. We see the flags. They're pretty much, there's no wind there. So if he does get one, it's going to have to be all him, all muscle.
Well, we've seen a total of 6 go over the fence, 7 go over the fence on the tournament right over here in left field. 1 did go over center field earlier today as Jordan's going to foul this one off to keep himself alive at 2-2. Dawson Smith in the bullpen warming up for the Lakers. Looking forward to the 8th inning with 1 out and nobody on, a 2-2 count to the center fielder. The pitch. Swung on. This is going to roll to the shortstop. He'll get it on the hop. And the ball will beat the runner for out number 2. So that swings us to the top of the order. Randy Stoltz, the catcher.
I mean, this is the guy you want here, Chris. I mean, Randy Stoltz, kind of the guy that's one of the best players on this Laker baseball team. 2 outs, chance to win this baseball game here. He's the guy to do it at the plate or at least get the rally started.
So we get ready for the first pitch of the inning to Stoltz. Frieders on the bump, and the pitch is on its way. That'll slide across the plate for strike 1. Frieders at 90 pitches on the game. 105 is the magic number. I don't think he'll get there, though. The stare down. Frieders shakes off the first and now nods. Here's the pitch, and that'll be low for ball 1. tight game all the way through. The Royals looking to see if they can take this one in late innings, and Frieders walks off the mound, and he'll tie his shoe. Stoltz waiting on the 1-1 count.
Now, best game on the schedule of the day, and it's lived up to its billing here, Chris. And it could, depending on what happens with Randy Stoltz. As you mentioned, the 5 home runs. I don't know if Malman's going to give him the signal to, swing for the fence, but, get something going, at least give an opportunity to the rest of your lineup.
Here's the 1-1. Swung on, and we'll have strike 2. So the winner of the game will face the Scarlets at 7 tomorrow night. The loser will have the Mavs at 4. I don't know if they'll switch that around because usually the home team or the host team plays the nightcap games. Either way, though, the loser against the Mavs, the winner against the Scarlets, and this one's fouled off to keep Stoltz alive at 1-2. Taylor Morton in the on-deck circle, hoping, with Eric Seaman in the hole. Lots of love from the crowd for both sides. Tournament teams here as well, as we've got the Scarlets and the Mavs sitting up here with us, and we'll have a even count and 2 as the ball falls short. 94 pitches now for Frieders. 1 run off of 5 hits, a walk, and 4 strikeouts in the 6 2/3 innings. Frieders doesn't like the pitch and shakes it off. Doesn't like the next one. Doesn't like the next one. Now he gets one he likes. Here's the 2-2. Swung on, and Stoltz will put this one foul down the first base line. It'll be in the bullpen of the Lakers, and Stoltz stays alive at 2-2.
Randy Stoltz keeping this at-bat alive, and eventually you're going to find something you hope that you can get to hit. I mean, Frieders, he's been getting better as the game's kind of wore on.
Solberg will point to the mound as Stoltz settles in. Frieders now with the pitch he likes, and the 2-2. And that one will foul off. Keeps us at 2-2. Royals fans and Lakers fans both holding on here, Anthony.
Edge of their seats.
The 90th AA Montana Alberta tournament, and Stoltz has got some leg on this one. It's deep. Nope. The center fielder is going to have it, and that will be the side. So we have bonus baseball coming up right after this as we move to the top of the 8th inning, tied at 1. We'll be back right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Mike's Print and Copy is your locally owned print shop. Whether it's custom letterhead or business cards, Mike and his friendly staff understand that your business is important to you and will make sure that your project is handled in a professional and timely manner. Drop into Mike's Print and Copy to have them take care of your printing needs. Stop by 1503 South Russell or give them a call today at 406-728-3363 to have Mike's Print and Copy take care of your printing needs. Mike's Print and Copy is a proud sponsor of high school sports in Missoula and the surrounding community.
Hockey will
Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton, Anthony Knockreiner from KGEZ 600 AM right here in Kalispell as we have bonus baseball, Anthony. We talked earlier this week. You had me on your show, and I told you then I was looking forward for this game, and it has paid off in spades.
Yes, it has, and we get extra baseball. I mean, Lakers fans, they held a one-run lead from the second inning to the top of the seventh there. They really wanted to hold on there, but the Royals, you got to give them credit. They're able to get the job done, tie this ball game up. Now Dawson Smith on the mound. He's going to have to get 3 outs here, so that way he gives his Lakers team a chance to win this ball game, hold the Royals to no runs. It's funny, Chris. I asked you this question earlier. Do you think this is going to be a 1-1 game? At the time, it was a 1-run lead. Do you think 1 run would win it? And, I mean, that's kind of the surprising part is just how this game has played out. And it's just been excellent defense. And now as we go to the bullpens for each team, we're going to have to see who's going to have the better staff.
Dawson Smith of the Royals up with Dawson Smith of the Lakers pitching. And this one will be cranked off for strike 1. And 99 pitches in for Drew Scher. I'll have his stats here as we work through. This one's going to be bounced down the third base line. Picked up by Drish, who's in for Dawson at third. The throw to first, and that's out number 1.
Nice job there. Dawson Smith plays one to the ground out, and right there the Lakers get the one out. If you had to kind of take a gauge at the momentum meter right now, you'd have to say it kind of slides a little bit more into the Royals' favor at the moment. But just getting that first out, getting a ground out like that, it starts to move that meter back to the Lakers' favor as we look at the next batter here for the Billings Royals.
For sure, Anthony. 1 out, nobody on, and here's the pitch to Sam Evenson for ball 1. So Dawson Smith. And we did not see Dawson Smith as Elliott went through all 7 innings last night. This pitch will slide over the plate to get us even at 1. Sam Evenson on the night, he is 2 for 3 with a line drive to the pitcher. His second at bat. He's got an even count at 1. And we'll have ball 2.
Get another low pitch as we saw from like the Drew Scher outing right there. Dawson Smith trying to bait these Billings Royals into the groundouts.
2-1 pitch, and this one swung on, fouled off behind to even us out at 2. The sun right on the horizon on the western side. This game stretching out to bonus innings. Daniel Blanchard in the on-deck circle. Here's the 2-2. Swung on. This is going to bounce high. A.J. Jones patiently gets it. The throw to first will not be made. And that will put a runner on with 1 out for the Royals.
Anthony Jones, a little hesitation on that one. There gives breath to the Billings Royals offense with 1 out here.
But I wonder if that isn't the smart play on it. I mean, he had the high bounce. The runner was close at first, risking an error at first. That might be the smart play. Live to fight another out. Not give anything away.
Well, it gives you the opportunity, too, to bounce into a double play here.
It does. Here's the pitch, and the bunt laid down. It'll be the first baseman to pick it up. The toss to Dawson. The touch on the bag, and that will be out number 2 with the runner advancing to second. And the Royals, A.J. Jones and Sam Evenson with a conversation out there at second, respecting each other, I would assume, as they say, making friends. Dawson Smith now getting a visit from Malman with 2 outs and a runner at second.
Yeah, right here, I'm curious the conversation Malman has here with Dawson Smith. Like, what are we looking at pitch wise? What are we looking at to hit with this guy? I mean, I know Malman kind of handles those types of things with his pitchers. So interesting to see what kind of game plan he has for Dawson Smith as we look at this top of the 8th, runner in scoring position. 2 outs here for the Lakers as they try to hold this to 1 run and try and win the game in the bottom of the 8th.
So that brings up the left fielder, Cade Torgerson. And Torgerson will slice on the first pitch for strike 1. We've got Scarlet players to the left of us, and I know they're rooting for the Lakers fans, as there's no love between the Royals and the Lakers.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's not hard to tell who they're voting for.
Scarlets. So 0-1 on the count. Nick Nordstrong in the on-deck circle for the Royals. Dawson now with the stretch. This one's going to be fouled off. First base coach thought about bare gripping that one, but
that's a bad idea.
Pulled his hand back at the last second as Smith had a fastball coming out of the grips.
Yeah, I think my hand would have pulled back. I wouldn't even have thought about trying to grab that thing. That would have taken a couple of fingers with it, not would have been caught.
So 0-2 on the count with 2 outs. Torgerson is 1 for 3 with a single, his second at bat. He's going to hit this one right to Smith. Smith will toss it to the first baseman, and that's the end of the top of the 8th. The Royals will put one on, but leave them there. We go to the bottom of the 8th with the Lakers looking to get the walk-off win. We'll be back right after this on MPSN.
Have you checked out the Garden of Eden video of the week at MPSN406.com? Do you have a sweet video of your sports athlete? Did you experience a sports-altering moment or something at a sporting event that wowed the crowd? Go to our homepage at www.mpsn406.com and click on the Contact Us tab at the bottom of the homepage and email us the video. Yours just might go viral. NPSN.com, Missoula's home for Missoula's prep sports heroes.
Get Montana strong at Fuel Fitness and Nutrition. Montana owned and Montana proud. Your $29 a month Montana Mega Gym. Fuel has premier facilities with the latest equipment, nutrition superstores, high energy classes, refreshing smoothie bars, attentive childcare, expert trainers, and we never close. Best of all, you have access to 6 locations statewide for just $29 a month. That's less than $1 a day. Get Montana strong at Fuel Fitness and Nutrition. Go to clubfuelfitness.com right now to find a Montana location near you.
Welcome back to Bonus Baseball at Griffin Field. Chris Stratton, Anthony Knockreiner at Griffin Field as we go to the bottom of the 8th inning, tied at 1. Leading off for the Lakers here in the bottom of the 8th is their left fielder, Taylor Morton. A new man on the mound for the Royals as Tucker Smith has entered the game and Tyler Frieders is done. So I'll get your Frieders stats here in a few moments. And Morton settles in. First pitch will be low for a ball.
Taylor Morton had a great season for the football team, had an excellent wrestling season during the winter here. Taylor Morton having a great senior year, would like nothing more to add a game winner here at this point for the state tournament in his baseball career.
So there's an even count at 1 now for the left fielder. Oh, and I've got too many on there as we reset. Here's the pitch, and we'll be at 2-1.
Another added element to this, Chris, is the night cools off. I know that's got to change how the baseball will play when it hits the bat and hits the air.
Exactly. Sun over the horizon as we even out at 2 on the strike pitch. Taylor Morton is 0 for 3, struck out his first at-bat, had a pop-out on a bunt and a ground-out his last at-bat. And this one will be foul back. Keeps the batter alive at 2-2.
That was pretty close to my car.
Anthony doing the Russian roulette at parking here at Griffin Field.
It might come back to bite me.
And this one's cranked deep into right field, but the right fielder has a beat on it. It's in the glove, and that is out number 1 here at the bottom of the 8th.
Tell you what, Chris, the Lakers, that's probably the 5th or 6th time I think the Lakers have put one in the air, and it looks like, Randy Stoltz, his for a second looked like it could have gone over the fence. It went deep, but the Lakers, unfortunately, just haven't been able to get the long ball to pay off for them tonight. And Eric Seaman now steps to the plate with one out.
So Seaman now at the plate, as Anthony said, with Tucker Smith throwing a ball to start things off. So for Tyler Frieders, it would be 7 innings, 4 strikeouts, 1 walk, 1 run off of 5 hits, 97 pitches, 71 of them over the plate. This one will slide over the plate for Smith to even us out at 1. Eric Seaman reached off an error his last at-bat. Here's the pitch. Swung on. This one's into center field and in the glove for out number 2.
Again, another long ball there that unfortunately just doesn't have enough pop underneath it to get over the fence here. But Dawson Smith, he's got tree trunks for legs. He's got a couple of tree trunks for arms. See if he can power one over the fence. I'm sure coach is probably saying, just put this one in play. Let's get into the count for the pitcher here. Let's try and get somebody on base and see if we can't put a runner in scoring position.
Anthony, not to get off the baseball subject, well, it kind of is baseball, but every time I've been here to Lakers Field, this house in center field, I've always thought is the ultimate spot if you're a baseball fan. And look, there's somebody out there watching the game.
I was about to say, if I was that person, I might sell tickets. Call whatever you want to party deck.
Exactly.
But that might be the best seat in the house.
Smith is going to crank on the first pitch, and it's into the right fielder's glove, and that's the side. So we'll have more bonus baseball coming up with the top of the 9th inning, and we'll be back right after this, tied at 1 on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Do you feel stuck to your computer when cheering on your Prep Sports hero when you can't make it to the game? Well, now you don't have to. The Missoula Prep Sports Network has an app for all of Missoula's high school sports fans.
How fantastic is that?
Just search Missoula Prep Sports Network in either the iTunes or Google Play App Store and take the game on the go.
It doesn't get any better than this. This is the future.
Missoula Prep Sports Network knows that life is busy and you don't have time to sit by your computer. Download the app and take the game on the go.
Get Montana strong at Fuel Fitness and Nutrition. Montana owned and Montana proud. Your $29 a month Montana Mega Gym. Fuel has premier facilities with the latest equipment, nutrition superstores, high energy classes, refreshing smoothie bars, attentive childcare, expert trainers, and we never close. Best of all, you have access to 6 locations statewide for just $29 a month. That's less than $1 a day. Get Montana strong at Fuel Fitness and Nutrition. Go to clubfuelfitness.com right now to find a Montana location near you.
Welcome back to MPSN as the chants have begun. Depends on what fan you are. Depends on the chant that you're going to give out here on the third base line. Dawson Smith back in as we go to the top of the 9th inning here in the Game 8 of the 2018, the 90th AA Montana-Alberta State Tournament.
Stat of the night here, I think, Chris, has got to be the players and the runners left on base tonight, because when you look at the numbers, 11-4 in the Royals' favor. Clearly the Lakers do a good job on defense, but still, that's a lot of base runners left on. And the Lakers with 4 just unable to capitalize.
Smith with the first pitch, and it's going to be to Nick. Nope, that's number 6 in there now, so I have to update that. And that is Connor Hunter.
Dawson Smith with some high heat coming into that far side corner of the strike zone.
And this one's going to be hit. The throw to first by Seaman, and that'll be out number 1.
Yeah, that's going to be the tough part too here. You talk about either team, they're playing tomorrow, and you're going into your bullpen, and that just it doesn't help you, at least for tomorrow.
No, it doesn't. 1 out, and that will take us to Carson Klumpian, and the first pitch to Klumpian is a ball. So 1-0 on the count. And we'll have ball 2.
A lot of groaning on that one there, Chris.
Laker fans not happy with the call by Solberg. Here's the pitch by Smith. And that one will slide over the plate to get us to strike one.
You could hear that one as it hit the mitt there. Dawson Smith bringing the power behind that pitch.
Klumpian is 1 for 3, reached off of a fielder's choice as this one will foul off towards the bullpen on the first base line and will even the count out at 2. That will have Brooks Zimmer, the leadoff hitter, in the on-deck circle. So 1 out, nobody on. The 2-2 pitch by Smith. And this one's going to be over the head, down the right field line, and the right fielder not able to pick it up. The runner's around second on his way to third as the throw is made, and the Royals will have a runner at third off the huge hit by Klumpian. And they're going to mark that as it is a hit and an error. Thank you, sir.
Well, that's a tough situation there for the Lakers as just a well-hit ball kind of gets that golf shot that I wish I could hit. Goes left, draws back right. But either way, tough one there. Lakers are going to have to try and figure out, what they're going to do here because, granted, if you do any damage, you're going to have to tie it. But at the same time, if you can hold a runner at third, which the Lakers were able to do back in the first inning, they're just going to have to get nitty-gritty about it here in the 8th inning.
And Solberg, the plate umpire, coming out to join Malman and the boys on the mound for the conference. And Malman strolls back to the first baseline dugout. So top of 9. 1 out and a runner at third. The Royals with a threat. And here comes the big bat of Brooks Zimmer. He is 3 for 4 with an RBI. Dawson Smith at 17 pitches, and Zimmer will slice on the first one for strike 1. And the Scarlet players to the left of us with a big O. Oh, 1 on the count. And we'll have an even count at 1 on the ball pitch. So for Drew Scherer, to go back to him, he had 99 pitches, 70 of those went over the plate.
That's impressive, good numbers.
In 7 innings. 1 hit or 1 run off of 6 hit. And here's the slice for strike 2. Pretty sure that the Scarlet fans are rooting for the Lakers as they don't want to see the Royals tomorrow. And I know the Mavericks sitting to the left of them are rooting for the Royals as they don't want to see them tomorrow. Here's the 1-2, and this one's going to be cranked into left field. Nope, it's going to be high into the glove. The runner at third will hold, and that's 2 outs on the inning.
That's a big play right there for Morton to hold the runner there because, if you can get another fly out, you get another ground out here, you don't even let the damage happen. That's huge. That's a big win for the Lakers considering how big a hit Zimmer had.
So that takes us to Jaden Kay.
Mark, do you want one? No, I'm good. I'm drinking a dry coffee. Okay. And I'll have a shot. 20 or just grab pocket.
Here's the pitch. This one's going to be fouled off by Kay for strike 1.
Yeah, right there. That would have been dangerous. If that had been fair, I'm pretty sure that's a score win there. And right now the Lakers trying to hold. You got 2 outs here. If you can just get a bouncer to either second or shortstop or even to the pitcher just to get the easy out, that will help.
0-1 on the count. Pitch on the way, and that one will slide by to even us out at 1. Jarrett Linewan. Frieders and Torgerson. Here's the pitch, and that one will give us Ball 2.
Dawson Smith here, you got a chance. You got 2 pitches, get 2 strikes, and just dig deep here to allow your lineup to get one more opportunity to try and win the ball game.
Here's the pitch, and this one's going to be cranked into center field. It's got some leg. It's deep. Will it go? It is caught. Caught in center field. The runner at third did not tag.
I thought it was caught. It wasn't caught. He dropped it.
No, he dropped it. Dropped it when he hit the wall is what I'm told. We can't see down the left field line. And the runner at third. Nope, they say it was a catch. No. So the run was scored. Okay. From third, and Kay stands at third as Jarrett Linewan comes to the plate.
Got to give the Billings Royals credit here, Chris. They have just been able to get that one little extra ounce out of a play to give them an opportunity, one, to tie it, now take the lead and put the pressure on the Lakers in the bottom half.
So Smith, with a few moments before he steps on the rubber, puts his right foot up there now as Linewan prepares. Linewan is 0 for 4. This would be a good time for him to step in. And this one's going to be cranked down the line. Can't see, and it's going to be not caught as a runner from third will come home. And that's 2 runs scored now for the Royals here in the 9th. And Dawson Smith has the batter at second. The double brings in the run in K.
Just solid hit there again, like we said just moments ago. Royals taking advantage, getting the extra ounce, now finding the bat and getting it hot. And as it looks like we're going to see a pitching change.
So Dawson Smith done, and they're going to bring one in from the bullpen. We'll step aside as we have a new pitcher warm up. The Royals take a 3-1 lead here in bonus innings. We'll be back right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Hockey Wolf and Lacrosse Wolf is Missoula's one-stop shop for all hockey and lacrosse needs.
Check this out.
It may be warm outside, but you can still keep your hockey.
Legion baseball fans. The Missoula Prep Sports Network will be the exclusive video streaming provider for the Montana, Alberta AA and A Legion tournaments July 18th through August 1st. If you know of a local business in your community that would like to support the coverage of the games, please send us an email and we'll get in touch with you. Join us live from Kalispell, Montana and Miles City, Montana, July 28th through August 1st for state championship drama. MPSN. Legion baseball fans home for the 2018 Montana, Alberta state tournaments.
Get Montana strong at Fuel Fitness and Nutrition. Montana owned and Montana proud. Your $29 a month Montana Mega Gym. Fuel has premier facilities with the latest equipment, nutrition superstores, high energy classes, refreshing smoothie bars, attentive childcare, expert trainers, and we never close. Best of all, you have access to 6 locations statewide for just $29 a month. That's less than $1 a day. Get Montana strong at Fuel Fitness and Nutrition. Go to clubfuelfitness.com right now to find a Montana location near you.
Welcome back to the Missoula Prep Sports Network. Lawrence, will you ask the man with the hat to sit down, please? Thank you, sir. So we come back to Wesley Palmer on the bump now for the Lakers. With 2 outs and a runner at second for the Royals. They've earned 2 runs here in the 9th. And the first pitch to Dawson Smith of the Royals is a strike. And Stoltz coming in to check in with Palmer. And Anthony, this is the first time that I've seen Wesley Palmer on the bump.
I talked to Tobias. Wesley Palmer got pulled up from the A team this week. So Palmer has been pretty good in the A, and so he's been a guy that they pulled up and they're going to use in these types of situations.
This one's going to be fouled off towards the bullpen on the first base line. Gets a strike 2. So 2 outs, runner at second. The Royals, I told you, Anthony, they like to put runs on late in the game, and, well, they've taken charge here now.
Yeah, they have. They've put in so much pressure now at the bottom of the lineup, for the bottom of the order, or inning, I should say, if I get there eventually, for the Lakers here to try and put 2 on.
And Palmer will ring up the batter for out number 3. They'll leave 1 on, but score 2. The Lakers looking to get back into it, down 2-1. Bottom of the 9th, coming up right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Have you checked out the Garden of Eden video of the week at mpsn406.com? Do you have a sweet video of your sports athlete? Did you experience a sports-altering moment or something at a sporting event that wowed the crowd? Go to our homepage at www.mpsn406.com and click on the Contact Us tab at the bottom of the homepage and email us the video. Yours just might go viral. mpsn.com, Missoula's home for Missoula's prep sports heroes.
Get Montana strong at Fuel Fitness and Nutrition. Montana owned and Montana proud. Your $29 a month Montana Mega Gym. Fuel has premier facilities with the latest equipment, nutrition superstores, high energy classes, refreshing smoothie bars, attentive childcare, expert trainers, and we never close. Best of all, you have access to 6 locations statewide for just $29 a month. That's less than $1 a day. Get Montana strong at Fuel Fitness and Nutrition. Go to clubfuelfitness.com right now to find a Montana location near you.
Welcome back to MPSN. Apologize about the delay there, as we do have a new pitcher on the mound for the Lakers in Brooks Zimmer. So 10 pitches total for Tucker Smith. And the 5, 6, 7 batters with the Magic Man, A.J. Jones, leading off the inning. It's all or nothing, Anthony, for the Lakers. Winner will face the Scarlets tomorrow. The loser, the Mavericks. We are down to the final 6 teams. And I'm told the DH is out. So that one will be high for a ball.
Jones here, big hit. And the last time up, need another one here from him.
This one will be swung on for strike 1. So Royal fans on the edge of their seats as A.J. Jones grabs some more of that product to rub into his grips. And that one swung on for strike 2. A.J. Jones on the night is 1 for 3. A sac bunt to start out, a ground out, and singled his last at bat. So 1-2 on the count now with no outs. A.J. Jones, the leadoff batter, with Ryan Sims in the on-deck circle. Swung on. They look down the first base line and they say no commitment, and we'll go even at 2 on the count to Jones.
It's a great thing about being an athlete. Anthony Jones can really twist that body pretty much any way he wants to.
We'll see him do that later this year as well. Here's the pitch. It'll be high, and we'll have a full count now to the second baseman. A.J. Jones could spark something here for the Lakers. You see the voice of Big Fork Sports in the building, and Jones will be rung up for out number 1. I can't remember what his name is, but the guy that usually does the play-by-play for Big Fork Sports, or he does occasionally. He was at the state tournament for Class B basketball this year.
Oh, okay.
So with one out, we go to Ryan Sims. With one out and nobody on, the Royals coming back here in late innings, earning 2 runs in the top of the 9th inning. It's going to be a true 9-inning baseball game as we go high for ball 1. Ryan Sims is 1 for 3, had a single with an RBI his first at bat. Ground out and a fly out after that. And he's going to knock this one over the second baseman's head. It'll bounce into the right fielder's glove, and that is a runner on for the Lakers with one out.
Now Logan Silberud comes up to the plate here. I mean, listen, we know Malman likes to play the small ball game, but I don't think you can play it here when you only got 2 outs left if you want to try and win this ball game in this inning. So I think it's got to be swing away.
So Brooks Zimmer, now with 1 out and 1 on, will face the first baseman, Logan Silberud, and the first pitch with a throw to first. Here's the pitch. Swung on. This one's going to bounce past the first baseman. They're going to go ahead and bring the runner around from second to third. And with 1 out, the Lakers have runners on the corners.
Now there's that rally you talked about, Chris.
And that will take us to... And here comes Brian Benjamin, the manager for the Royals, to come out and talk to his pitcher. And that puts number 13 up at the plate for the Lakers, Wesley Palmer. So we'll see Palmer for the first time. As the chant comes up for the Lakers.
Palmer with an opportunity here to get this game at least down to 1 run.
1 out, 2 on, and the first pitch will be a ball. The runner's going to advance to second with no throw. The tying run at second now for the Lakers. The pitch thrown was a ball.
Great break there, and right now Wes Palmer, solid hit. If you can find a gap in the outfield or fire one down the foul line here on the right side, you'll score 2.
Here's the 1-0 to the pitcher. And that'll slide across the plate for strike 1. Anthony saying that Palmer coming up from the A squad to play in the tournament, and this is why you bring the boys up. 1 out with a 1-1. Guys, can I get you to get down so I can see? Thank you. And the pitch will slide over the plate for strike 2. Scarlet's players are on their feet to the left of us, which takes out the view down the third base line.
I got you covered, Chris.
Anthony's going to go ahead and slide out farther on the bench. Here's the pitch. And this one will be fouled down the first base line. Runners will have to go back to their bases at second and third. Anthony, was this worth your nickel?
I would say so. I mean, you talk about a team that looked like they were out of this thing. Like, you're just playing for tomorrow. But right now, the Lakers 1 out. I mean, a solid hit from Wes Palmer. You can score 2 and tie this game up.
So 1-2 on the count with 1 out. Runners at second and third. Bottom of the 9th. And that'll be a strikeout on Palmer for out number 2.
You'd like to see Jordan get on base so that way you bring up a guy like Randy Stoltz.
So Brandon Jordan coming to the plate now for the Lakers with 2 outs. Winner's side of the bracket hopes in the bat of Jordan. Bottom of the order, 2 outs. Here's the pitch. Swung on. It's going to bounce out to the pitcher. He'll put a glove on it. The throw, and that's the game. The Royals will get the game in late innings. 3-1 over the Kalispell Lakers. And the Lakers will hold 2 on. Anthony, 3 runs off of 9 hits, 1 error, and 12 left on for the Royals. 1 run off of 7 hits, 3 errors, and 6 left on. You talked about those left on base. That's a huge missed opportunity.
It is, and you know that's the thing about it is you got to give the Lakers credit because you talk about 12 base runners left on in a game with the quality of team that the Billings Royals are. The Lakers just kept holding on, and the Royals just had 1 more left in them in the 7th. And so now, unfortunately for the Lakers, a chance to take down the Royals and continue on into the winner's bracket, now suffer their first loss of the tournament, and they're in must-win mode tomorrow, and it's going to be, another game that you and I called earlier to start conference play, the Mavs and the Kalispell Lakers. It just seems like Missoula and Kalispell always link together, and so the Lakers are going to have to put this one quickly behind them. They're going to have to store this one and just kick it right out of the memory bank as they get ready for tomorrow.
A very short memory here at the tournament, so we know how the schedule. We'll know how the teams will go tomorrow. The Elks and the Chargers will play at 1 p.m. We know that for sure. Winner will move on. The loser is done. The Mavs and the Lakers will see each other, with the Scarlets and the Royals playing to move on the winner's side of the bracket. So we'll see how things go. With the host team, they usually have them play the night game, so I have a suspicion that the Mavs and the Lakers will play the 7 o'clock game, but Anthony, don't quote me on it.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. I'm kind of curious to see how that plays because what time is that? What time would their game be? 4?
4 o'clock would be the Mavs and the Lakers if they stay with the normal schedule, and it will be Scarlets and Royals at 7. But like I said, sometimes with the host team, they want the families to come in, especially on a Monday night, to come in and check that out.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens. A pretty good contingent, it seems like, for probably the Scarlets and the Royals. It'll be an interesting game, but again, another all Billings one there. The Lakers are not out of this thing, and I think the Lakers, again, I don't, like you said, Chris, who knows? You're probably right. I think they would lean towards that, but like I said, we'll find out. I'm sure we'll find out sooner than later. But again, I really think, looking back at tonight, a golden opportunity slipped through the fingers of the Lakers as you have a chance, 1-0, 1 inning left, to take down the Billings Royals, who you know is really good, and try to advance, and just unfortunately couldn't quite hold on.
All right, Anthony. Well, I want to thank you for joining in on the broadcast.
I appreciate it, Chris.
I greatly appreciate it. Folks, if you're listening in and you don't have the opportunity to check to catch the game tomorrow night, Anthony will be on 600 KGEZ from 6 to 8 doing the Knock On Sports Show. Anthony, do you want to run down your lineup for us tomorrow night?
Well, you're featured on the lineup tomorrow. We're going to have you on the program. Obviously, depending on how things shake out with the schedule, obviously, we're going to try and get you on tomorrow, and we'll try and preview this game as we get ready for it, because you know the Mavs, we know the Lakers, another interesting combination there. But we'll also have Brian McLaughlin from Hero Sports. He talks FCS. We'll look at the landscape. We'll talk about the Southland Conference, which features Sam Houston State, a team that if Montana State or Montana goes into the playoffs, they will likely see in whether the first or second round. So we'll have him on. We'll also have my good friend Colton Nuanez on to talk about Montana State football. And then still working on some more guests for tomorrow. Still working on some things, trying to get a couple people from around the state, especially as we get ready, because I think it's either this week or next week that media days are for Frontier Conference action for football this season. So
that's right. We had media day for Big Sky Conference not too long ago, just a week or so ago, and that was a lot of fun to check that out. So, Anthony, if the fans that are not in the Kalispell area, how are they going to hear your show tomorrow?
If they want to listen tomorrow night, you can catch it on KGEZListenLive.com. You can check it out. You can catch us on the audio live stream there. You can catch us there from 6 to 8 p.m. And like I said, I'm looking forward to it. So just type in KGEZ, and you'll find the Listen Live tab pretty easily, as we'll be talking about this tournament here, and you'll hear Chris on the show tomorrow, which will be a ton of fun as we break this thing down, as it's been a great tournament. We'll talk about this game in particular, I'm sure. But, yeah, KGEZ Listen Live, if you want to check it out, 6 to 8 p.m. Mountain Time. We get started right at 6 o'clock.
Alrighty, folks. Well, tune in, and then also jump on your computer and get Anthony Reiner in on the Knock On Sports Show as I fumble his name once again. The Royals get the win over the Kalispell Lakers 3-1 and move on to the winner's side of the bracket to see the Scarlets. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. We'll talk to you tomorrow at 1 o'clock.
Thank you for tuning in to this presentation of Missoula Sports.
What a rush!
MPSN's coverage of Missoula Sports is proudly powered by Fuel Fitness.
Always, always, always.
Tune in next time when the Missoula Prep Sports Network has coverage of your local sports heroes.
Well, good